DJ Elusive will be first.
Oh, he's cheating. He's already first.
All right, second, step up. I say step up. That's my call.
I say Jay Swain.
All right, you got Jay Swain. Step up,
Oh,
yes.
Oh,
Boom.
Step up is
Got it.
number 2.
Got it. Well, Elusive didn't count step up. He was here before the 7:30.
Hey, you know
So that
what?
doesn't count to us.
Being early is on time, I guess, for Lucy.
Elusive's been waiting in line overnight. He camped out. Brian.
Man, this intro always hypes me up.
Yeah, so right. That DJ Elusive beat. What's up, Miss JB?
Miss Judy B.
What's happening? You have to hold your breath. Ashton, what's up?
What's up,
Hold
sis?
your breath.
Hold it, hold it, hold it.
Boom. Wow.
Yes.
Hello, I Heart Lattes. What's
I
up?
Heart Lattes. What's up, Stephanie? We're gonna get started in about 40 seconds.
Jay Bray, what up?
There's my brother. What up, DJ J Bray? Ashton, how are you? DJ Guerra, I see you.
Oh, Ashton said she's winning the raffle today. She's got the good juju.
Yes, put it out in the universe.
360 raffle.
All right,
right.
let's go get this thing started. If I can remember to,
Yes,
What up?
what is up? Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to episode 22 of Talk From Home. We've been here 22 weeks. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is a weekly podcast where we bring you guests from the Dance From Home community. We sit down with them, talk with them, hang out, have a good time, have some laughs, have some drinks. Generally, we give you a chance to get to know them better. So thank you guys again for tuning in. I'm one of your hosts, Mike Rocca. I am an F45 DJ, a Dance From Home DJ, 50% of Taco Dog, 50% of Retro Lasers, pew, pew, pew. Sometimes I go by the name of Commander Maria Hill. Also with me, one of our other hosts for tonight, also an F45 DJ, partial owner of Remix Entertainment. He is the director of Freaky Fridays, also Wild Wednesdays, and he sometimes goes by the name of Charlie, sometimes goes by the name of Artie, sometimes goes by the name of Mr. Shake Weight himself, our homie DJ Wildcat. What's up?
Yo, what up, Dance From Home fam? How is everyone doing today? I hope everyone had a great weekend. I want to send a shout out to Vernimal for that raid. Thank you for that raid. And it looks like we're at a level 1 hype train already, so let's
Boom.
get that going.
And you know what
Y'all
happens
know the
at a
drill with
level
that.
3, level 2, level 3,
Level 3. We have to
Level
get to
3,
level
y'all
3.
know what
Once we get to
happens.
level 3,
Level
we'll
3
get there.
Shake
We'll
Weight
get there.
starts, so make that
Yes.
happen.
Yes.
Unfortunately, Raf cannot be with us tonight. She is with her family. She recently had a passing in her family, so she's spending time with them. We want you to make sure you keep her and her family in your thoughts and your prayers while she's away. She'll be back next week and ready to go. So, Raf, here's to you. Cheers to you for tonight. We'll see you next week.
Cheers, Raf.
And for our guest host for the evening, surprise, a guest host. Who would have known? Mind blown.
Okay.
Crazy. He
Okay.
is partial owner of X-Fade Entertainment. He is sometimes known as Coco Mobby, sometimes known as, I forgot. I know you got it. What's the other one? I did. I should have wrote it down. Damn, I had it. We'll make him say it.
That Coy Fabiosa calls
Coy
him.
Fabiosa calls him something.
right?
I don't know. I was gonna
John
say
Lloyd
John
Cruz,
Lloyd.
right?
John Lloyd,
Yeah.
Jeff Lloyd Cruz, or
Yeah.
John Lloyd Mobby. He goes by those names. He's also how would you know who our guest is? Why are they saying the name? Who do they even know who I'm talking about? Step Up knows. Somebody told her.
What?
They spoiled it.
John Lloyd Cruz.
Horrible. Anyway, I lost track of where I'm at. He is the director of DFH. Our homie Jeff Mobby. What's up?
What's up,
Yo,
guys? What's up?
It's a
Sam?
surprise.
It's a surprise. No one ever
I'm
knows.
so excited.
No one ever knows.
No one ever knows.
Dope. We have an amazing guest tonight, and I'm going to let our homie DJ Wildcat bring her in and do the proper introductions. Go ahead, bro.
Yes, it is my honor. She is actually one of my moderators on my channel whenever I stream. I'm also a moderator in her channel. She's originally from Oxnard, California, but currently resides in the Bay Area. She's a DJ, but her true calling and passion is in product design. She loves to laugh, be goofy, and she's also a photographer, a makeup artist, a DIYer. And the list can go on. The list can go on. She is the leader of the circle. Ladies and gentlemen, please send your 360 emotes out there for DJ 360.
What's up? Woo, woo, woo. 360, how's it going tonight? Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Super excited to have you on.
Yay.
We've had this in the works for a while, so it's been kind of like nail biting, waiting for her to come in and be part of our show. So awesome.
Yes. It's been a long time coming.
Pause.
Pause.
How are you doing tonight?
I'm good, guys. I like was counting the hours, like literally. I'm not even joking. No cap. I was like, is it time yet? I can't wait to talk to the fellas.
I mean, yeah, you had the day off too, so
I had the day off.
longer.
I know. I was like, man, what else can I eat until the time to go on?
Well, I'm glad that Wildcat was the one setting up the times, because I probably would have just spit out Chicago times, and then you would have thought that it was.
I would have been
time.
late.
Yeah, you would have been here at 7:30 your time and
9:30 our time. We're like, oh, where is she? Where is she?
Right,
Disco napping.
for sure.
My favorite thing to do.
So let's just start from the top. So you're originally from Oxnard, California, right?
Yep.
So here's what's up. I'm gonna be honest with you. We usually do research on our peeps, and I looked up Oxnard because I was like, oh, I'm gonna look up an interesting fact about Oxnard, California. Let me tell you what I found. Nothing. There are no interesting facts about Oxnard, California.
Really?
I tried. There was
Anderson-
one, and I'm
Anderson
not
Gas?
joking. Like, I'm not saying this
Mad
to
Lib?
be mean.
Are you kidding? Like
No,
Babu
like-
is from the 805.
They
like,
didn't
who's
even
that?
say that. I looked up. I
No,
literally typed in
strawberries.
facts about
Strawberries.
Oxnard. It said something about
Strawberries.
beets. The beets, like the actual vegetable beet.
Vegetable.
From like
Yeah, the
office.
vegetable beets. Yeah,
Mhm.
I guess the founder of Oxnard, Henry Oxnard himself, he grew beets, and that was it. That's all they had.
And that's why we produce so many DJs and like lyricists,
You got
because
the
we grow
beats.
beats in
we have
Oxnard in 805.
That's
We have come full
hilarious.
circle, guys.
Freaking Mike Rocca, man.
I tried, man. I'm literally not saying that to be mean. I was like, which one of these facts am I going to use?
No.
Because there's nothing good here.
You're absolutely right. Growing up in Oxnard, there was nothing, and that's probably why there's so much talent comes from that area. Is because we're so bored and we're like, what else can we do? But I know that one of the things about Oxnard or 805 is just that we loved music. And that's probably why we have so many artists that are
Nice.
coming out of 805. A lot of DJs. There's a lot of DJs that came out of Oxnard too. So
That's really dope. So you grew up there. Like, were you born in Oxnard or? is
no,
that
I was
your
born in the
girl?
Philippines.
Oh, awesome. What part?
Philippines. Olongapo. My dad is military, so right after.
Longapo. No way.
Yep. Subic Bay, yo.
There we go.
That's where
There we
Abed's
go.
family's from.
Abed's family's
Oh,
from there.
nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I bet you guys
that
are
base
really-
no longer exists though. But yeah,
When did you move from the Philippines to Oxnard?
I wasn't even one yet, so
wow.
I don't know much about it. And only until like 2018 did I ever go back to visit.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. Better than me. I was only there when I was 1. I wasn't born there, but I visited. My parents brought me there when I was 1,
Mhm.
and I haven't been back at all.
Oh, I love the
Once. I
Philippines.
need
I
to go.
love the. Oh, you
I need
have
to go.
to.
I
I
know
loved
everybody's
it
giving me
there.
shit.
It's
like,
amazing.
I know.
And then all of the Pinoy actors like Jeff Mobby, they're all there.
Yeah.
like Coco Mabi.
Mm-hmm. All
He's
of them.
there.
Jeff Lloyd
Jeff Lloyd
Cruz.
I'll
Cruz.
introduce.
Yes.
I'll introduce you to my co-stars when we go.
John Lloyd Mabi.
Who we'll be taken care of when we go to the Philippines.
Yeah, we got you, man. Don't worry.
That's amazing.
Last time
I
I've
can't
been
wait.
was like in 2006. So I've been wanting to go back.
It's definitely worth a visit. Like now, I mean,
Yeah.
when there's no COVID. But I mean, yeah.
Post-pandemic, yeah.
But I mean, yeah. I mean, there's so much to do there. It's crazy.
We're another place to plan a DFH like takeover.
You
That's
know
one of
what?
our-
That's
one of our
not a
world
bad
tour
idea.
stops.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea because like if you were partying in Manila, ooh, they love to party there. Plus, like our money goes a long way, so we could be like rock stars. You know what I mean?
Nice. That'll be our last stop on the tour. Is
Yeah.
that we'll go. That's what we'll start. We have to go. Well, we had to visit Boston first to go hit up the guys over there. Then up to Canada because all the Canada folks. And then we come over to Denver and then hit Denver up and then stop in San Diego first.
No, Vegas.
Oh, Vegas
Vegas.
first.
We have to go to Vegas.
Well, no. I want to go from Vegas to PI. So we
okay.
go to San
Oh,
yeah.
Diego
Good
first,
idea.
Okay.
up to San Francisco, over to Vegas, and then boom, hit the PI. That's our tour, world tour, bro.
I
And
have to
then
go visit my
London.
fiance, Derek Ramsey.
Oh,
Where's he
Yeah.
at?
It's a secret location. We can't tell.
Your location.
yeah.
Undisclosed.
Undisclosed.
Location.
He's my friend, so I know where he is.
Of course, because you guys probably starred in a movie together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got another one coming out soon.
There's another one coming. Pause.
They've been practicing the scrirt.
He's been, yeah.
Oh man. All right. So Oxnard, you move there on. What's it like as far as you remember? Like was it really? And I'm not saying this to be joking. I'm saying, was it really like there was nothing else to do, so you did music, or it was just the culture there?
Well, again, it's a military city. So, and there's 2 military bases. There's one in Port Hueneme and one in Point Mugu, which is closer to Malibu. And since it's military town, there's a lot of Filipinos. Lot of Filipinos. So, the school I went to was there are a lot of Filipinos. And we love to party. There are house parties, music, and then a lot of them were DJs. So that was the thing, and same with Camarillo, which is where Babu is from. It just was like having crews and doing music. That was just the thing. It was such a small town that it radiated in a sense where it's just like, ooh, the DJs are cool and going to the parties. That's what we do. That's all there was to do, really.
That's dope. So I know it's not. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So I know it's not far from. It's south of Ventura, right? So you're south of Ventura, and then what is that? North of LA? Is LA south of?
It's north of the valley, north of Malibu. So you go down to the valley, down 101, or if you take PCH, that's where Malibu is. And then you go down into LA.
Dope. So like growing up, did you guys do a lot of trips into LA? Was it that far or?
I did. I ditched a lot down that way. I used to race cars, so all the auto shops were down that way. I was a serious like motor enthusiast. Like I was
really
working on my own car, like under the car, around the car, taking my car apart. And I like to drag race. So
okay. So
What kind of car
here's
did you
what's
have?
up.
Mm-hmm.
What kind?
Yeah.
Okay. First, what kind of car do you have now?
I drive a Mercedes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Lap a luxury car. Love it.
Yeah.
So what were you racing back in the day?
A Civic hatchback, 92.
Okay.
Fully gutted, roll bars, nitrous.
Yeah.
It was that was like back then. It was a 14-second vehicle, so that was pretty fast.
Okay.
Plus,
So then
yeah.
let me ask you, without trying to give away too much of your age, what years were you racing?
Let's see. So 90, 92, 93 and above. So, cause it kind of went into college.
Okay.
So that's when I did more of the, like I was actually going to LA County Raceway and running out there. Like a lot of it was like the street races that everybody knew about, but like, yeah, I was very connected and involved in the street scene.
That's awesome.
In many ways. So I think because of the name that I built for myself on, it's weird, the streets. That's kind of that sounds weird.
Street cred, man.
Street cred. Had, you know, like that kind of brought me into like, oh, well, she's not that bad looking and she's tall, so maybe she can do other things. And so that kind of went into like the import modeling scene.
In the modeling scene, we're probably skipping a lot of
we might be, but I'm just saying.
Well, like, the reason why I was like leading into something is because I actually moved to Malibu for 6 months and did a bunch of racing.
Oh, I probably beat you.
Yeah, you probably did. That's great. Yep. There's probably video of that.
That's where I remember you from.
I could be cocky about it now that it's like years or decades away. But I'm really good at racing. I'm good, really good at
video. Like I want to see content of her racing.
I have pictures. I didn't know what pictures to send you guys because. What's that?
You didn't give me any pictures.
I didn't because I'm like, I don't even know what to send because there's just I've done so much in my life. I feel like because I'm that bored child, so I'm always getting into shit. Like, so that explains like doing the racing and all those other things.
Okay, well that's a good way to back that up. So let's back into like you being a kid and then getting into music. Like, how did you get into music originally?
Well, I was raised on music. I think like I was listening to music in the womb. I swear, like my dad. I think it runs in the family. My dad, my uncle collected records. They were all about music, like getting the like newest technology, you know, the newest reel to reel that they could find, you know, with the best sound. My dad was all about sound, like everything, him and my uncle, and just records. Like I didn't even ask, they bought me a record player, you know, for my room because they just knew that I was like, it just resonated with me. Like old shit like Jackson Brown, a lot of 80s, Earth, Wind and Fire. I mean, this is why I love Fleetwood Mac, the Police, and freaking, you know, like the Eagles, soft rock, all of that stuff. That's my shit. And I know all the words of people. Like now it's kind of trendy, but we would go into Denny's and they'd be playing that shit. And I'm like singing all the songs like while I'm eating. And they're like, how the fuck do you know all the words to these songs? I'm like, huh? And it's so second nature. I didn't know that I was even reciting the lyrics to these songs. And I'm like, well, doesn't everybody know the song to like?
Right. Because you just grew up with that in your house all over the place.
Yeah.
Right?
It was always in me. So, yeah.
That's awesome. Did you play any instruments when you were a kid?
Piano. I played piano. And then I taught myself to play guitar. And then I forgot because I stopped playing. But I still have my guitar. I don't have any keyboards or anything like that.
Cool. So do you think piano and knowing music ahead of time helped you when you started learning how to DJ?
No.
Was that, you don't think so at all? Because I know some people do. Some people feel like it did. And then I know some people that are like, no, it has nothing to do with how I figured out DJing. Yeah,
I think it was different because I feel music. I don't read music, if that makes sense. Like, so I it's a feeling to me.
Yeah.
It's not by measures or like, you know, counting bars or.
So here we go. We're going to lead into the question we ask all our guests.
Oh, fuck this shit.
No, we're making fun of
it. So let me set the.
Oh my god!
So
this wasn't in the talk notes.
No,
guys.
Of course not. We would burn content that way. Have you heard the story of how Wildcat learned how to DJ? Before I ask you questions.
No, I feel like I should know this, but
no, it's okay. Trust me. It's perfectly fine. You don't need to know this.
So just as a quick cliff note, Tito Aris was teaching him, obviously. And for 1 year, he kept telling Artie, to DJ, you just need to bill it. That's all. There's just you'll get it. You just go in there and you bill it. You'll bill it. And for 1 year, he couldn't figure out what he was
I'm 12, by the way. I'm 12 years old.
Again, people learn better when they're younger. Okay, so
It's true.
1
You
year.
do. You have to feel it.
He
There's
couldn't
no
feel
other
it.
way.
There's no feeling it. He couldn't feel it for 1 year until somebody else
in the
came
Feel
in
It Academy
and
for a
showed him
year.
that day. So our question is to you: how long do you think it took from when you started DJing or messing with any DJ equipment for you to figure out how to at least beat match?
To at least beat match. Oh shit! Like that.
Boom. So we have Chris Cut somewhere here. 360's way up here. We've got like Brothers Keeper. Rex was here. Somebody like even like Raph. Sam is like here.
And then Artie is where?
And then Artie's like,
Oh, it's down here.
He's off screen.
It's down here. You
He's
see,
gone.
like, yeah, Mike is like that level up there. Mine is like, but for my, like I said before, to my defense, the moment Bad Mix Boy came downstairs to my basement and was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm trying to feel it," and he's like, "No." He taught me how to count the beats. 30 minutes, I got it. 30
All
minutes.
I needed.
That's all I need.
Wait.
All I needed. Did you have any lessons? 360.
Yeah. Did you have lessons or anything?
Well, I mean, I had a mentor, and and that's kind of the way that I teach other people to DJ too.
Who's your mentor?
His name is Richard. You're gonna love his last name, Rapinut.
Nice.
It's amazing.
What? That's amazing.
Dick Rapinut. Richard
Rapinut.
Rapinut. Dick Rapinut.
Dick Rapinut.
All right.
Oh my god.
Huge shout out.
Is that a
Dick
new
Rapinut.
character? Did we just create a new character?
I think we did. Dick
Because
Rapinut.
we have
him
already
on
a
the
person.
freaking
Where
stream.
is he?
It's a real
Where is he?
person.
It's a real
It's not a
person.
character. It's a real person.
Can we get a hold of Dick Rapinut?
This is amazing.
Dick Rapinut.
Dick,
Can we get him on the
Rapinut Jackson.
line? Can somebody call him right now?
Yeah, mods, please.
Mods, can you please start looking up Dick Rapinut? See if you can find him online.
He's nowhere to be found.
I'm gonna try to get a hold of Dick.
Have him leave a box message, please.
Yes, please have him leave a box message, please. Dick Rapinut.
He may not. Is he in Saudi Arabia now?
Oh my god.
You did look him up?
No, he is
Okay.
like, he is untraceable, this guy. Like, even when I tried to find him, because so he had taught me how to, like, the basic, like, this is what you do. And I from there I learned, but that was like when I was a senior in high school. So after that, everybody split up. I moved to Westco, and I never really kept in touch with them. So like years later, I'm like, I need to find this guy so I could tell him, like, look, I actually am doing something with this that you taught me.
Yeah.
And I could not find him. He's like, he hates social media. He's not all about that stuff. He tries to be very low on the radar, which is why you probably won't find him. So we could make a Dick Rapinut character. So
I just imagine, like, the fact that he can't be found on any social media. I'm already imagining him like a monk, like almost like this other worldly
360,
being.
360 was taught in the temple. Of
Right.
yeah, you guys don't know that. That's why I picked it up that quick. So
Right, like the dude from Kill Bill sitting up at the mountain, and then 360 had to, like, fight her way up to the mountain. And
I was Go-Go. I actually was her for Halloween. So like,
boom,
I was in the temple.
and
Yeah.
she gets there and he says, "I am Dick Rapinut."
I'm gonna send you a picture of him, Artie. I think
Yeah,
I
send-
Yeah,
Send
yeah,
a
yeah.
picture.
Yeah, send it. Send it, please.
I feel like he's the most amazing man in the world.
he is. He ended up showing up at a gig that I did in Long Beach. And I was like, oh shit, because he's Icy Ice's friend. They grew up, he's from Carson.
Oh, is he
And
Snapback
so-
too?
It was
Is he Snapback too?
No. He doesn't even do any of that anymore.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm like, he's totally off the radar. But he showed up, and I was like, holy shit. And he was just like, whoa, because he came up to the front of the booth I was on, and he was right in front where all the drunk people are dancing. And I looked down, and he was like staring up, and he cheersed me with his drink. And I was like, holy shit. And I swear to God, I wanted to run off of the stage and go greet him because I've been looking for him for so long. But I was like, look at it. I was like, it was like, proud. Are you proud of me? Like, I made it. I'm doing it. And he was just like, I'm so proud of you. This is crazy. Like, I never thought that you were going to do anything with it. I thought it was just for fun.
That's awesome. And that's awesome to have your mentor that you haven't seen in that long. Like, you lost all that contact with him, show up, and you get to show him that at that moment. That's amazing.
Right.
That's so dope.
Yeah.
I love that.
You should have shouted him out on the microphone.
What's up, Dick Rappinut, everybody?
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen,
make
Dick
some
Rappinut is in the
noise.
building.
Yeah. We got Dick Rappinut in the building.
We got Dick Rappinut in the building. Make some noise.
This is why we can't find him, guys.
This is why we can't find him. This is why
we can't find him.
One of the
Dick
best
Rappinut.
episodes.
That's funny.
Each episode of Talk From Home just gets better and better.
It's so good. Yeah,
Just
I
wait.
know.
Wait till one day Dick Rappinut is guest host.
I bet thinks he's watching right now.
I'm gonna hunt Dick down, and I'm gonna find Dick Rappinut.
Dick,
He's gonna
if you
see a
want to come on
replay
the
of this.
show, just hit me up.
Oh my
I'll get
God.
you in the show right now.
Yeah.
Dick.
You guys are crazy.
Let's go.
That's our HR. Hit up
how did we
DJ
get-
Wildcat.
how did we
Get
get
you on
here?
the show. I don't know. Dick Rappinut. I just gotta say that the rest of the night.
All right.
Yeah. All right. So, all right. I know we're moving on. So, you learn from Dick Rappinut. I had to say it one more time. And then what
Can we
starts
put
happening?
put an echo on that?
Dick
Damn.
Rappinut. So you learn from him, and what immediately are you like? I love this shit. Let's do this. And are you running
Yeah.
with it?
I was
Nice.
hyped. I was hyped because think about it. Like in 91, 92, can you even think about what female DJs were out there at that time? Like besides Spinderella and probably Symphony of the Beat Junkies?
Mhm.
Not really. So I was just like, that's one of the things I told myself. I was like, I'm gonna be big.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a name for myself. And that's that. Then college happened, and I was just like, okay, maybe not. Maybe I got to go to school. So
at that point, after you learn from Dick Rappinut, are you
the Dick Rappinut School of
not
DJs.
saying anything that's not true facts? So after you learn from Dick Rappinut, you continue to DJ. What kind of things are you doing DJing at that point, between that point and like college, right? Like, what kind of parties or house
Yeah, it
parties,
was like that was still the time of house parties. So it was DJing house parties. I was asked to DJ one time, in my first time actually, out in Westco or West Covina. And that party got raided. But what was really cool was after it got raided, because I brought some equipment and they invited other DJs to come spin. So this was like the age of carrying crates. So I brought a crate, and I don't remember what else I brought, but they raided the place and they were trying to get everybody out. And then I got to say, oh no, I'm the DJ. I have my stuff here, so I can't leave, that. And I felt like I was so freaking cool saying that.
above the law?
Right. And they're like, okay, and everybody had to leave. But what was awesome was one of the other DJs who was spinning that night too was there, and we became really good friends. He ended up becoming another mentor for me. And he DJs for like Duran Duran. He's like friends with Richard Blade now. Like he's like all in the 80s genre with all of those people right now.
Wow.
Like, and he knows he's one of the like dopest scratchers from back then, but we would hang out a lot, and he would lend me the equipment because I didn't have my own equipment back then. So he would leave it at my apartment and all the records. So we would have crates on crates of records. And then we would go digging a lot at Melrose, at Fat Beats. And, but I got to keep the records and they just kind of blended in with his stuff. So once I left, or when I stopped DJing, my records kind of went with them, which was fine. I didn't mind.
How long were you DJing before you stopped DJing? Like what was
Let's
that time
see,
period?
92. Man, it was probably like 2 years.
2 years.
2 years, and I stopped because I was just like, okay, well, there's other things. So I got it. That's when I entered into like the import modeling thing. So that turned into more, priority. And so I kind of stopped. So I stopped DJing for a very long time. Very long time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like a very long time. How long is very long time?
Okay, so probably 90, 94, 95, I stopped. Or I wasn't on turntables at all or any equipment until 2004. I was like, you know what? I miss it. I'm just gonna fuck around and go get go buy turntables. So bought the turntables that I'm on they're it. And then started collecting records again. So this is like everything
From
like
2004 on. That's awesome.
from 2004 on. Yeah.
You paused for legit like 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a 10-year.
So what made you want to come back?
Yeah.
I just missed the music, at this point I was a working professional, I was in the workforce, and I was just like, well, what am I going to do with my time? The bay is hella boring. It's hella boring here.
You're in San Francisco now.
Yeah,
point,
so
when
yeah.
you're back into
Right.
into music.
Yeah, we're skipping a lot on the timeline, but yeah, that's it. Kind of it does this because we're talking about DJing, and that is woven into my timeline in like weird spaces. So,
well, I mean, I definitely want to hear about the import modeling and the import scene, because I love the import scene. Like that was my jam back in the day. Like, how did you make your way into that? And all in
well, it's all the relationships that I made from being in the car industry, the import industry. And just being homies with everybody, hanging out at the pool houses. I used to shoot pool like every week or like often with all the homies. And so it just came up where they're like, hey, so-and-so, like someone wanted me to talk to you about doing a calendar. And I'm like, a calendar for what? Like, you want me to design a calendar? Because I was in design or, trying to break into that industry. And they're like, no, they want you to model for it. And I'm like, I'm not a model. I don't do that. For what? What is this for? And they're like, they're trying to do something of a car calendar. So they're trying to get people like all the like dopest cars and then females to go with it. So mind you, at this time, there wasn't a thing called import models. There wasn't that here. I mean, maybe in Japan, like the Umbrella Girls or whatever, but that was not here in the States, and especially not in California. So I guess that's a little fact. I was one of the quote unquote pioneers of import models.
So this is like pre hot import everything.
Yeah. Oh, this set it all off. Yeah, this set it off.
This is what led to all of that.
So
That's
we're
awesome.
all part of. Yep, we're part of history. That's so like those 12 girls, Remix Twins. There's a few from Remix, and then some other girls that went on to do more import modeling, and did pretty well. Kicked it off. So that was really cool. Like something I could say I have under my belt.
Yeah, that's cool to be a part of. And
Yeah.
Let's talk about Import Tuner magazine.
That came later. That
was later.
Yeah, that was later. So I
don't have any of those pictures. Where's were you in that? Like,
oh, I was in a lot of magazines.
should have had some.
Import Tuner was just the big one because
which other magazines are you in?
The other magazines.
You know what he's trying to get at. You know what he's saying. You see his face turning red and the way he's laughing.
Yeah. Wait. Excuse me.
You see what he's doing here? I see you, dude. I see you.
I should have gotten those out. I actually have like all like man. I respect myself, Heller.
I'm just joking. I'm just trying to make
none of that.
Yeah, I'm surprised you don't have any. Do you have some like there physically?
I do. I have the import tuner. I
Pixar
have
never happened.
Well, here, let me see. I have a whole folder on Facebook that I never go on, but so there's this magazine called Streetwise. There was all of the import magazines. I was in them, but like I got covers for I think 3 of them. But Import Tuner, of course, was the biggest magazine, so that's why everybody remembers Import Tuner.
Yeah.
And then I was probably in like a ton of calendars, and then like they did poster promos and stuff like well, if we take an intermission, I could go, I think in the other room, there might be some things over there, but a lot of stuff, and especially, I should have done this. I'm sorry guys, but I didn't know what we were going to talk about today.
So were you racing during that time? Like,
I still have my car. Okay. I still have my car. Yeah.
That was probably pretty dope. Like you're modeling and then hop in the car and do a quick quarter mile. And then
why not? Hey, let's go test something. Let's go. Let's check our time.
Did you race anything? Like, did you race with any cars other than like your hatchback?
My ex-boyfriend.
Oh,
he was pretty big in the scene too. At the time.
What kind of car did he have?
He also had a Civic, but he had the older one. He had an older Civic, but his car was like extremely fast. So
nice.
But it was cute. We were like the racing couple. Like people knew us. So we were also high school sweethearts. Kind of. Yeah.
What would you say is your favorite car that you raced in, or were they the only 2 cars you've ever raced in?
Well, those are because I mean, really, would you trust someone to to go through those speeds, like, unless you're sponsored to race that car? Right. Yeah. No.
Did you ever
I drove. What's that?
Did you ever get a sponsorship?
Not like a full blown sponsorship, but a lot of shops would give me stuff.
Oh, okay.
For free.
That works.
Yeah, that works.
I call that a sponsorship.
Yeah.
Free shit.
I guess, did you have like a dream like import car at the time?
No, I think it was more stuff like the tuning, like the engine, what was in the engine, and how because really the hatchback, the Civic was ideal because and it was all metal in there. I stripped everything out there basically except for the front seat. That's the kind of car I was in. Because it's like if you're running lighter, you know what I mean.
Yeah, my Prelude, I had a 93 Honda Prelude.
That's a heavy car.
It's a heavy car.
That's a heavy car.
Everything out of it. That thing was a beast though. Like I love that car. It drove like a tank. Like it felt heavy when you shifted it, and when it did.
Absolutely, you could feel the weight of that car.
Yeah, you could feel every pound of that car. But yeah, we took everything out of that. Like no seats. I had no passenger seat. I had no back seats. Nothing. We just cleared it all out. And
roll cage.
No roll cage.
Did you have the big tack on the side?
Of course.
Yeah. Okay. Well, just making sure.
And yeah, it was the most not comfortable ride. Not like even like driving, all you hear is ting 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 ting, because we took out all the the padding on the bottom for sound, and it was horrible. It was
I didn't have that problem.
Yeah, you hear the rocks all the time, just
the rocks.
The rocks, yeah, rocks hitting the bottom of the car like that.
Yeah, no, I didn't have that problem. Yeah,
the sound stuff. So, yeah, that's really awesome.
I didn't have that problem in my Gran Turismo game.
And it's funny too, though. Like when I try to game like Mario Kart and shit, like driving games, I am the worst. It's crazy. Like I'm excellent driver, but like I'm always running into like the walls and like have to turn around. I'm like, God damn it! I'm like, oh, go this way. I sucked.
Or even like the racing arcade games, at, like the mall.
Oh, those are fun.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible
You were bad at those? Oh, those were fun. Like there was that drifting game at the mall. Like,
at Stratford?
Yeah, Initial D. I used to play that all the time.
Yeah, I used to play that game.
That was awesome.
That was fun. I played it at GameWorks.
Yeah, at GameWorks. Yeah. That's exactly where I played it. Yeah, it gave you a card, and then you could keep going back with the card because you built your car, and then you keep going back, put your car in, and it gave you.
You can add more stuff to it. Yeah.
Yeah. That was
Oh my God.
I know. I just got so nerdy right there. That was fun. So how long were you modeling and racing still up until you started DJing again, or was there a gap between those things?
No, DJing again happened when I moved to the Bay. So all of that, I like the modeling and whatnot, I left behind because that's when I started working as an adult in the Bay. That's the reason why I moved. I otherwise, because I was just having too much fun in LA back home that I was like, well, where's my life gonna go? I need to clean this shit up right now and figure out what I'm going to do, put my big girl panties on and, figure it out. So I moved here because tech, of course, is really heavy. And the bubble was here. Everybody was making money. And I wanted to be in tech and design in tech. So that's why I'm in the Bay. Otherwise, I don't know what I would be doing if I stayed back home.
Yeah. So that was the early 2000s, and that was the big like startup boom, right? Is that what? You went there
the
for?
.coms.
I moved here in '99. So
99.
Yeah.
Dope. Sweet. So you moved over there to try to do big girl stuff and like grow up, right? But then you found your way back to DJing because you can't leave. You just can't ever leave DJing.
I was always like still curating music.
Yeah.
I was still just I in fact I went and cleaned my storage outside and I found a ton of CDs that I won't part with because they're all really good CDs. I'm like, oh, I just for sentimental reasons I want to keep them. I don't have a CD player anymore, but
Really? I'm trying to think if I still have a CD player somewhere. Do you guys have a CD player?
Oh,
I have a DVD drive.
Our house came with a CD player.
What?
What?
We bought the house. Right. The previous owner left behind this kind of mounted CD player in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And it's like it's a Sony. It's like built into the underneath one of our cabinets. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, that was nice of them.
Wildcat, I'm gonna send you photos.
Okay.
Oh, nice. I want to see the photos.
So,
where?
To your text. Where should I send?
You can text it to me. You can text it to me. Yeah.
Okay.
Work. There's actually one that
I'm trying to find the others, but while I'm still here.
Thanks to Lens Squared.
Oh, did she send more stuff?
All right.
Shout out to 360s mods. Lens Squared, Tickle My Soul, Miss Judy B, and Just Lost 7. They're all in here.
Yep. Everybody who's got pictures, just send them to Artie.
Oh yeah, just send them over.
Just send them to Artie. If you have pictures, send them to Artie.
This one right here. This one right here is the cover of Import Tuner magazine. It's on 360's Instagram.
The green Integra.
I actually ended up dating that guy. Dating the car owner. And it's funny because he just recently added me on Instagram and I'm like, what? Who? Oh shit. I didn't read the whole name and I was like, oh, that's a green Integra guy. So yeah. I'm like, whoa. How you doing?
Nice car. How you doing?
He's probably surprised to see this reposted.
What's that?
He was probably surprised to see that reposted.
I know.
That's awesome.
Is funny.
I've been watching lately on YouTube. This makes me think of all that. There's do you know Craig Lieberman? He's the coordinator for Fast and Furious. He's the guy that like picked all the cars and did all the consulting on what the car should look like, blah blah blah. He has a show on YouTube where he goes over all of the past cars in Fast and Furious movies, like one car at a time, and talks about how they were built and like how they used to look before the movie, and then how the studio changed all that shit and whatever. It's really interesting to watch the show. Like I think you'd probably find it pretty interesting if you checked it out.
Yeah, a lot of my friends are actually in that movie because a lot of people in the cars and the people that consulted on that movie were my friends.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so we would all talk about it, like, they would have stories to share of stuff like on set and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm surprised you weren't in the movie.
No, I was trying to
that
clean up my
line.
life. I was trying to be an adult.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, it's like you kind of, I was in the thing, and then I was just like, I mean, is this something I could be proud of? Because you're walking around like half naked, and it's just, so it got to a point where like, I feel like this was one of the heights of my celebrity, 15 minutes of fame, was that like people around like knew who I was, walking around like, just anywhere. And then when we would do shows, people would follow. So if I had to go to the bathroom, there were people like, oh, can we take a picture? Can we take a picture? Can we take a picture? Oh, can we get an autograph? Can you sign this? And I'm just like, I'm just trying to go pee, y'all. Or like, I'm just trying to eat. I would have to eat in the cars that were showing.
Cars.
Yeah, the show cars. I had to hide in the cars just to eat my meal, while I was resting.
Wow.
And I thought, I mean, it's really cool now that I think about it. But then at some point you're like, okay, is this something to be proud of? Like, am I going to do this forever? What is this? So I'm like, this is not something I really want to continue to do. So at one point you just say, got to leave it behind.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure you got.
And that's when Hollywood finally caught on to the racing scene. And I was like, man, this shit is already old, and you guys are going to Hollywoodize this shit. And there's a lot of things in there. I was like, man, that's stupid. Why did they do that? Or, I'm like, that's not even what it's really like. You know what I mean? And I'm like, this is dumb. And so for a moment, I was like, Fast and Furious fucking shit. This is stupid. Like, I hate it. Because we lived it. We were there. Right. We were in it. Yeah. And that was not what it was like. So, I don't know.
Yeah, like
they had to dramatize it.
They
for
did.
purposes.
Of course.
Like how every quarter mile race lasts like 10 minutes.
You take life a quarter mile at a time.
Yeah.
Just a quarter mile at a time. Eccentric, I'm 5'7". I'm probably like 5'10" in heels or something, like maybe 6 foot in heels. I get real tall in heels. So. And I have like boyfriends that are like 5'8", or my last boyfriend was 5'8", and this was the craziest because we would be gigging in Vegas, and I have to. Can you see me? Like, when you walk with somebody and they're taller, like you could just have your shoulders normal. I had to like walk like this walk like this because I was taller. So it's like
you're dragging your kid. Come on.
Kind of. And I told him, I was like, oh, now you look like you're walking your giraffe around, and he's like, I'm cool with it. And I'm like, and I told him, I was like, you're short. And he's like, really? And I'm like, oh, it totally hurt his ego. He was so sad. Like, and I'm like, you're 5'8", you're short. Come on. Sorry, 5'8"ers. I'm sorry. I'm just
5'9".
See, that's what I keep saying. I'm tall for a Filipino man.
Yeah.
But I'm only an average height of like 5'9".
Yeah. See, I mean, at least 5'9".
I stopped growing early because my dad fed me coffee when I was a kid.
Oh, see?
You didn't eat your vegetables.
My growth got stunted.
I blame my dad. He's the shortest amongst his 8 other brothers.
Oh my goodness.
Are your parents tall?
My parents are tall. They're shrinking now, though.
Yeah, it's always like that.
They're like at that age where they're starting to get short.
At their peak, though, at their peak, how tall were they?
My mom was 5'7", maybe.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
And my
she's
dad,
tall.
my like on my Spaniard side, they're tall. So
Oh,
they're
so
tall.
you're Filipino and Spaniard.
Yeah, like
And that's from your dad's side.
people are like, oh, of course, Spain ruled over Philippines. Of course, every Filipino is Spaniard, but like real Spaniard. Like
I mean, you can
whatever
tell
that is.
with your freckles and like the lighter skin.
Yeah, I like the freckles, so I'm like, thank God. So, yeah, they're tall, and my whole family is tall. My brother is tall. Like he used to ball. I think he's 6 foot.
Wow.
Dang.
Wow.
Yeah, like he's tall. He may not be that tall now. He might be shrinking. So everybody's shrinking.
Family of giants.
Well, that's why it's weird. I feel like it's because being raised here, I was like, is it because of the hormones in the food? Because everybody in my life, I swear to goodness, like they're all short. They're all like, I stick out like a sore thumb. Like all my mods, except for Miss Judy B, which I thought she was the same height as me, but we just took a picture and I'm like, oh shit, you're like at least like a couple inches shorter than me. And then there's Tickle My Soul, who's like all the way down here. And so is Len Squared.
Oh god.
I love them though. All my shorties.
That's dope. So you make your way over to San Francisco, right?
Mhm.
Like you're trying to change things from the car scene to go do some other things, and you're doing so you're starting to go into what your other love in life is, right? Which is production design.
No, production design is new.
That's
So
new. Okay.
at that time, so that's newer in the industry. That didn't even exist back then.
Okay.
So I was going to school for nursing in Long Beach,
Surprise.
and
Yeah.
surprise!
Surprise.
Very surprised.
Oh, I think she
Imagine, imagine me being a nurse. Like, I swear to God, I feel like I would be probably the unhappiest 360 ever in the world. Like, I probably would not want to live life. But it was web design. So I'm self-taught. I taught myself how to code. I taught myself the ins and outs of like graphic programs, and not just I'm gonna make it pretty. Oh, Artie, I found all the pictures. I'm sending them to you right now. I got a job. Out here. I had a strong enough portfolio that I was able to get a job out in the Bay, which was crazy because usually it's experience in school only. But from there, it just took off. And it was pretty awesome. So most of my work is from experience. So that was taken up in Diamond Bar up in the hills, or Walnut in the hills. So you could see roll cage. You could see there's nothing in the car, nothing in the back. Of course, stickers, roll cage. Yeah, that was my car. Here's the front. Here's the front. Gosh, it's crazy. I miss the car actually. My car I feel like it was super clean. I took really good care of that car.
Yeah.
But
I had a 98 Civic. I miss my 98 Civic.
yeah.
That was one of my favorite cars. And it wasn't even souped up. Like, it was just, it was manual transmission because I always drove stick until my last two cars. But
I miss driving manual because I feel
cool.
because when you downshift and you just go, oof,
then go,
yeah.
right?
Oh, there's my babe right there. That's him. His name is Rover.
What was it?
His name is Rover.
Rover.
Mm-hmm. He used to be Red, and then of course he got his paint job, and so it used to be Red Rover.
Red Rover.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I was gonna say we were talking about downshifting. There was another like argument about Fast and Furious is that they downshifted more times than there are gears. Like every time they wanted to go faster, all they did was downshift. Like
Just
they're already
downshift,
going,
yeah.
they're going 200 miles per hour, downshift. Like you'll go faster. Like it's just the go fast move.
Yeah. Exactly. Things like that. That was just like, really? Like, oh wow, so Hollywood. So this is the inside in the magazine, within the magazine. I think I gave you some other footage from like different magazines too.
Like
Yeah.
this
But
one.
that was really cool. So that issue came out in the year 2000. So I was already living here. So there's yeah, those were from the shows. It was really cool. It was fun. I think that like one of my favorite times in life, I guess.
I mean, it's a pretty cool experience to have.
Right. Really
Yeah.
cool.
Get you in trouble too, but you know.
I bet. I mean, so does DJing.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
But we got to travel a lot. So we did shows like up and down California, went to Newark, New Jersey for a race out there. Yeah, that was fun. We would go all over as like with the teams, and then we would caravan once in a while. So you like see a whole bunch of like import cars going up and down like the 5 or the 101, depending on what show we were going to. It was pretty fun.
You never came to Chicago for a hot import night?
No, I didn't. I think I was already out of the scene by
Okay.
then. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Hot Import Night was like
Mid
starting-
2000s?
yeah.
Early to mid
Well,
2000s?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I was already doing big girl things.
Yeah, the first ones were like 99. I think.
Mhm.
Yeah.
98.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I remember it still when I was in high school. So I graduated in 99. So it had to be sometime around that.
Dang, you a baby. Oof.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
I feel old.
Jeff's the baby.
If Mike's a baby, then I'm a newborn.
Jeff is a newborn.
Or I'm not even born yet.
Jeff is still he's still an egg.
Yeah. They're still thinking about it.
You were still a thought.
Yeah, you're still just a
I don't even know if I ever was a thought.
Just an idea.
I'm pretty sure I was a surprise.
Jeff is a surprise.
Yep.
Good surprise. A good surprise. Like my mom.
Jeff is still nursing. Oh wow, bones.
Yes.
So when you picked up DJing again in 2004, were your intentions just to to DJ again in at home and just like pick it up again because you missed it, or were you like, you know what, I'm gonna start trying to get back out there and do things?
No, it was just to have in the house bedroom DJ, just to play records and collect records again.
And then
Yeah.
what pulled you out? Something pulled you out. What was it?
So in 2005, which was about a year later, so internet radio was big. There was a show or a site and a group called the Cerritos All Stars. And they were doing weekly shows Monday through Friday, sometimes Saturday. And so basically it was like the Twitch from back, in 2005. And they were looking to expand from SoCal to the Bay and also Sacramento. And Rama Rich is taking offense to all the Richards because of Dick Rapinette.
Dick
Sorry.
Rapinette.
I should not look at chat, but we're bringing Dick Rapinette back again. I will find this picture and send it to you. But what was I saying? Yeah,
I think
so
Robert Rich needs to change his name though.
yeah, he needs to change the name. Oh man, he could do an alter ego. He could be Dick Rapinette, maybe.
Every
Dick
time Dick
Ramanut.
Dick
Ramanette.
That's exactly what I was thinking too.
Wow, you guys are good. You're so quick, so
Dick
great,
Ramanut.
so great.
Oh, where were we?
Sorry, Rama.
He's still talking about it. We have moved on, and he's still talking about it. So it's his fault. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. So okay, we're doing the. Oh no. So they were looking to expand. We had we were really close friends with Dave Dynamics, who's Three Style Attractions, and he was in Sacramento, San Jose, so he's representing for those areas. And he basically assembled this team. So it was me and my then husband, our friend Anthony, who looks like Rama Rich. He was in there. DJ Verse was a part of it. DJ Deuce Ace. So a lot of scratch DJs. And who else was it? Well, we switched cast members a couple times, but in 2005 we did a pilot with Shortcut. So Shortcut actually kicked off our stream. So he stopped by, and our show was basically all of the shit that like I love. So it was a lot of boom bap, a lot of backpack hip hop, like just that jazzy feeling, because I'm all about like that jazzy kind of, stuff, instrumentals, just things that were really underground. All the other shows did a lot of mainstream, and at that time I was anti club, commercial, mainstream. I was anti. That's why I didn't play clubs, because I'm like, man, that's garbage. It's trash. Right. It's trash. And I was fine with it, because I was like, okay, well, I have this vehicle to play and play what I want. I was real into neo soul, and like that real jazzy hip hop. Yeah. And I got to play it, and that was fine. We did this out of my house. We had a studio in the garage. We like totally built out the studio. And it was just like this. We had AOL chat. Does anybody remember AOL chat or Instant Messenger?
Yep.
Yeah, AIM.
Yeah. So we had Instant Messenger as our chat. So we would have that up. We would have we tried different things to stream. Like there was stick cam. And then there was just it was just audio, which was broadcasting through livemixshow.com. And man, our show, we gained a lot of traction, a lot of people in the scene, a lot of people that are in my stream now. They're still rocking with me from back then.
From that.
Oh wow.
Like Brian Lim, like all of those guys, even Stress is kind of like affiliated with Cerritos All Stars. So if you guys know Jetpack Bags, a lot of those guys, DJ Rec, Dynamics, you'll see them come in. They might be familiar, but yeah, they were all part of the show. We had DNZ. I make fun of him now and again about like that. He does the Bam Bitches. I play that on my stream sometimes. We had a lot of artists. So we had like Zion I. We had a lot of turntablists. We had Zion I's DJ, we had Oakland Faders, we had DJ Vinrock, we had like a whole bunch of like, man. Oh, you know what? What we would do is we would take Polaroids of all our guests, and we had a wall that they would sign. I have that in my storage, but I actually have like Golden Child, Cutso, freaking all these, like I have it here in my sound room that like it's totally off screen, but all these Polaroids, and they sign it, and I still kept it. So nice. Oh yeah, and also 2005 was in Serato came into the industry or came into play, and that made it a hell of a lot easier. And so that's what kicked off DJing again for me, the show.
Very cool. How long were you guys doing that?
10 years.
So 10 years of
we
that
closed
show.
it. We closed it in 2015.
Wow.
That's a good run.
It's crazy.
It's a really good run.
Yeah.
So for that 10 years, you're doing that show. And in the beginning of doing that show, you're very anti-club, anti-everything. Like not anything commercial at this point. You're like, no.
Yep.
Was the change in your thought process towards that during that 10 years, or was the whole 10 years of you doing this show and being like, this is what I do?
No, still hated it.
Yeah.
But what changed it was there was a lot of requests. Like once we ended the show, a lot of requests came in to book me, and they were clubs in San Francisco or San Jose. And I'm like, well, what do you guys play? I don't play that. I don't play that stuff. And they're like, well, can you please? And I'm like, no.
No.
There's a whole bunch of other DJs that you can ask, that play that shit. I don't play that shit. But then I guess after a while, like I was just like, you know what? Okay. Like I think it might've been like not a favor, but it's like, okay, well, we're all going to be there. I'll just hop on or I'll DJ, or can I open? Cause then I could play like kind of what I want, and they're like, but we're going to bring you in as a headliner. You can't open as a headliner. I'm like, well, we need a happy medium because I ain't playing that shit, but being in the clubs again and or hearing some of that stuff, it's just like, it's okay. And sometimes I'd have to power through it because I'd be like, oh God, this is just horrible music. It's so bad. It's so bad.
It's nothing like, there's nothing like doing a set you don't enjoy,
Right. And it shows. Oh,
yeah.
God, it shows.
You can tell when people are like out of their comfort zone and like not enjoying it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. But and then I got a residency at the Cellar in San Francisco. And I was in the I don't know if it was hip hop, like they called it the hip hop room, but it was kind of everything. So I got to kind of play some of the stuff that I liked. But then also at that time I hated E40. Oh, I hated E40.
you hated the E40 and all those guys. Like,
I hated it. I was like, his music is trash. Like, because remember, I'm coming from like Talib Kweli. I'm coming from like freaking, Mos Def, Black Moon, all of, it. What? I got what? He sounds like the Tasmanian devil. What? Why would I? Now I appreciate E40 because there's a thing like, you kind of like, I opened up my mind and actually really my heart, because I can't play, with just accepting it in my mind. I have to also open up my heart to, because music is music is music, and there's a way that you could flip it, to make it sound special or make it your sound like you, and shit, I hated house. I hated the stuff that you guys play, like all that Chicago house. Woo, I was like, turn that fucking shit. That shit is making my ears bleed. And like even like the rooftop stuff, like in the electronic dance lounge stuff that I play, like I love that shit now. It's crazy. Like my whole point of view is different now.
And isn't it interesting? Because I was the same way as far as music back when I was younger, where I was like, there's certain music I hate, and there's music that like it's got my heart, right? Like even as a rapper back in the day, I was so critical of rap music. Like if it, like again, E40, I didn't like him either. I didn't like Too Short. I didn't like that kind of rap. Like that wasn't my thing. I liked lyrics. I liked meaningful, like real deep shit. But then later, I was just talking about this on my stream the other day. It's like there's music that I hated back then, like LFO and what's the other Crazy Town and that shit. I hated those guys. When that music came out, I was like, this is the worst music ever.
Oh my God,
like,
you went there.
Like Abercrombie and Fitch, like what do you mean? I don't even wear that shit. And then now, man, I play that and I'm jamming.
Didn't you play that
yesterday? That was my Saturday set, and that's exactly what I'm saying. Is that and I was just talking about that on Saturday. It's like I hated this music when I was a kid, and now I'm like, this is the bomb. Like I love this. Like I'll play that every set if I could.
Damn, this shit's so catchy.
Music is just like food, though. Like as you get older, your palate changes, right? So like it's something like you might have not liked when you were a kid, but now you enjoy it as an adult.
It's like blue cheese. Like like didn't like it when I was young, but I love blue cheese now.
But I feel like it's kind of backwards though, because when the music I listened to when I was younger does feel like more meaningful stuff. Like even I listened to it now, that music was more meaningful. But now it's like it's almost like I used to eat like fancy steaks with blue cheese, but now I'm eating McDonald's.
I see what you're saying.
know?
I see
Like
what you're saying.
now
Yep.
I'm more appreciative of fast food for whatever, and that's fast food music. Like
I think you and I are the same. I think we're the same. And that's one of the things that I used to say when I was younger. Like, I mean, I took offense to it. I was like, what is this stuff on the radio, man? That shit's rap. Like, there's a difference between rap and being, in hip hop. And they're like, oh yeah. And I was like, oh man, that's garbage. I mean, seriously, like super snob when it came to like hip hop. Cause I was like, that is not hip hop. That's rap. I was like, what's the difference? I was like, when you have the like, if they're a lyricist, they're come correct with like meaningful lyrics, and just the way that they like arrange it, it's different. When you're just rapping, you're just rhyming, you're just what rhymes with this and this and this and just to get the flow going. There's a definite difference, and I took offense.
Yes. I am 100%. You and I were on the same. We were the same team those days, because there was rap music and there was hip hop, and rap music was then there was like shiny rap, like fucking Puffy, when Puffy came out and on Mace came out and all those guys started doing their thing. Like, that was the worst time for me. That's when I was like, hate all of it. I'm gonna listen to things that's not on anything. Like, hate all of that. Like, get out of here.
Yeah. But now, what's your take on it now?
Now those like songs like that are catchy to me, and I like them and I play them. But I still, and I was gonna ask you this question, I still don't play things I don't like. Like, if I don't like a song.
Okay. You have to give me an example though.
Like I don't play Nelly.
You don't like?
No. If you've ever heard me do music,
I'm a sucker for cornrows and manicured toes.
Negative. I don't play Nelly. I still don't like Nelly music. I don't like country grammar. It was never my song and never my style.
Because I've never noticed, but like I always hear it at our gigs, because when you're with us, like usually like Charles would drop Nelly, right? But then it's always him DJing and it's not you. So
it's him DJing and him and I back to back. So when we back to back, he'll play Nelly and I'll play. Yeah, I'll switch it up. Yeah.
You're gonna switch out right away. Fuck this shit.
Yeah, fuck this shit. And I switch it out. I just don't like Nelly, so I don't play Nelly. That's the kind of thing.
Okay, what about Master P?
I don't play it, but make him say is dope. Like, I like
But you don't like Nelly.
I don't like Nelly.
You like Master P,
but I don't like Nelly. There's something about Nelly. I just never like Nelly. I don't like his music.
It's the Band-Aid. I think it's the Band-Aid.
I don't know, man. The only song I ever like with Nelly in it is the one with him and what's her name? The girl from Destiny's Child.
Yeah.
Kelly Rowland.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, I love that song.
Love you.
Yeah. I love that song.
Well, okay. To be fair, I will have to say that like EI, that beat is pretty sick though. Like, you play the instrumental without him, like the instrumental it hits. Like, EI, come on now. Like,
it's him. It's more him. I think.
It's him. Exactly.
It's the Band-Aid.
I bet you that if I said, "Hey, Mike Rocca, can you just like throw some lyrics over EI?" Oh, I bet you
over some Nelly beats. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll do a whole mixtape on Nelly beats and then make it how I like it.
Well, not Nelly beats. I mean, really specifically, it's just EI, because I'm like, I like this. I like the beat. I don't like his rap, but I like the beat.
There you go, Mike. On your next DFH set, you're gonna do a wordplay with the EI instrumental.
With the EI instrumental, let's do it. It's on. It's happening.
Make sure you remind me because when you do it, because I need to be there.
I got you. Next time, chat rap to EI. So tune into the next Mike Rocca stream.
And then the rest of your set has to be a Nelly tribute.
It's all Nelly tribute. I'm gonna play all Nelly songs. The rest of the shit's Nelly.
Just get it all out. And that's all.
Yeah, get it out of your system. You may end up liking it again, or liking it.
Liking it, never. You said again, never.
Never. I'm sorry, I corrected myself.
But I don't want that to sound like I'm not open to a lot of music. Like I've like you, I've changed in what I accept and what I like to play. Like I will play anything that aesthetically sounds good to my ears, and I'm open to all of that because I think there's less. Obviously, there's less need to be like, oh, I need something meaningful like rap music. Right? I really just need something that sounds good to me now, right? I don't know if you feel the same way. Like aesthetically to my ears, if it sounds good, I'll play it. That's all. And there's not much. Nelly's the only one that bothers me.
Shout out to Savo. I
Point
see
out
you.
Savo.
Savo.
Good to
What's
see
up,
you.
He wrote
He wrote EI. Come on.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm gonna rewrite that shit because it's
There you go.
he wrote the worst song.
Andale.
We're dissing Nelly here. I don't want to diss Nelly. He's probably a good guy. All right, so moving on to that.
Let's pause really quick. Let's
do
something. It's called
today. It's Rocka's
called
raffle.
Rocka's
Whoa!
raffle. Yes.
You'll probably only ever get that once. Yes, that's
go.
it. This is my time to shine. Like 15 minutes. Today, wait, I have to do it. I have to do it like a raffle would though. In here, today, we are raffling off a 360 hoodie or anything you want from her store. You pick it, and she will get it for you. This is Rocka's raffle. Jeff, tell them how they can win it.
I'm sorry, that was a really good impression. Oh man! All right, we're gonna start the giveaway. You guys have 5 minutes. You do have to be a follower of DFH to be eligible to win. To enter, everyone will get one ticket, and it's exclamation point raffle.
Exclamation point raffle.
Woohoo!
Perry,
Yes.
Perry, make sure you enter the raffle.
Perry won last week already.
Yeah, but there's no rule against not winning 2 weeks.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Whoa!
This is
Whoa, that
fine.
went
This is
quick.
fine. So yes, if you want to enter into the raffle, exclamation point raffle. While that's going, I wanted to touch base on another part of your life because you've done a lot of things, but there's another picture that I wanted to share because I wanted to talk about it because I like football and
I know.
and I and a lot of 360
Oh, my
used to be
abs.
a
Ooh.
cheerleader for the San Francisco 49ers.
Get out, really? I didn't
And
know that.
Oh,
yeah, so
yeah. While you're showing that, go ahead.
So with that, I just wanted to find out, like, when did this start? How did it start? Right? Like, did it come from import tuner? Like, did it come from import modeling to here, or was there something in between?
No, had nothing to do with import modeling. Actually, I've always been a dancer. So I was in drill team, I was in cheer, danced in college, high school. Yeah. So I wanted to be a Laker girl, to be honest, but I wanted to be like Paula Abdul, but the NBA is like a tough schedule because they have multiple games in a week. And that's probably a lot of rehearsals, but we had a football team here, and definitely not the Raiders. Cannot with the Raiders. Don't want anything to do with the Raiders. So glad that the Raiders left the Bay.
Oh, man.
So we had the 49ers.
Tell us how you feel about the Raiders again, though.
Yeah, I don't have an opinion on the Raiders, but
Okay.
but yes, look at my abs. Yeah, that's the beginning of the abs there. But yeah, I decided to audition because they were publicizing it on the radio, and so I auditioned.
Nice.
And that's that.
And how long did you do that for?
Well,
How many seasons?
one season.
One season.
It's a lot of work. You guys don't even realize.
I was gonna ask, what was your experience like? I know some cheerleaders for professional teams, and it's a pretty taxing job for not good.
Oh, well, the good thing is that the 49ers at the time were the highest paid cheerleaders of $100 a game. Yay!
$100 a game. Okay.
Yeah, 100. Yeah, well, that's the other team, so that's why we were like one of the higher paid dancers in the NFL. but you do promos. What you get paid for is really your calendar sales and promos. So you get paid for doing promos and doing things with companies and doing appearances and things like that. But the actual game itself, no. What it looked like for our schedule was basically every Saturday we were dancing for 6 hours. That's why I was in such great shape. 6 hours. We danced for 6 hours in full makeup, full hair, meaning we had to do like makeup like as if we were going to do game day, have game day. And then game days, we only did home games. So every Saturday we were there for 6 hours. On Sunday morning game day, we were there at 7:30 a.m. And then we would practice some more. We would set field formation, which was awesome because I remember the first time, my first stadium game, like I remember standing there, they're testing the Jumbotron and all that stuff. And I was just like looking up and just like, holy shit. Like I went 360 and I was like, fuck. I freaked out because I was like, we're going to be dancing in front of all of these people. Like, and I started having anxiety, and then I stopped it because this is before I had LASIK. I stopped wearing my contacts so that everybody was blurry.
Oh,
so I couldn't see faces because sometimes it would be on sidelines and we would be really close. That fans could be like, hey, and I had some friends come down and they're like, Cheeky, I'm like,
yeah, you're like, hey,
Who is that?
I'm like,
so were you? Was your eyesight good enough so that you could like see what you were doing?
Yeah.
But you just couldn't see faces. Everything like faces were blurry, right?
Far, yeah, faces were blurry and reading was blurry. And so I have my old 49ers book, which this was what I went to go show you or to get. And I have all all of my notes and memorabilia, and I have a bunch of photo cards, and I could give these away too. So these were what we would sign when we go out to do promos.
So you didn't sign it, right?
I'm right here. This one is me.
Sweet.
I'm always in the back row because I'm tall, so they always put me in the back. So I have that. Of course, I'm surprised. I'll send it with your Christmas gift. But like, it's crazy too because like my line captain, her name was Melissa. So this is her right here, at the bottom by my thumb. She passed away from breast cancer. So that was pretty crazy because she had 2 kids. She had 2 boys.
Wow.
So she had did I say breast cancer? It was breast cancer. But also I found an old poster. Shit, I can't believe I'm gonna show one of the posters for one of the calendars that I did. You guys want to see it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna have to move this over. So it's gonna be hard to. This was one of the calendars that I was in.
Awesome. What was that for? It says 24 Main Street.
It's a calendar. They did these calendars for it was really cool because they like simulated rain behind me. Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
But it's just a calendar. Like so, doing all of that modeling and stuff like that. It was either didn't even have to be for cars anymore. They were like, oh, we're just doing a calendar of models for girls. And I have a ton of calendars, and I could give those away too. I have a whole bunch in my storage. But I'm like, I don't think anybody cares about that. And those calendars are no good anymore. But yeah, so I did a lot of everything in my life. That's why I was like, I don't know what pictures to send you guys because I don't know what we'll talk about. I do like everything. So
that's really cool. Like I had no idea you were a 49ers cheerleader. That's amazing.
Yeah.
How many seasons were you a cheerleader?
She said 1.
1.
Oh, 1 season.
Yeah, she had 1 season.
Yeah.
So that was, I'm sure that was exhausting. So it's like
it was
weekend, not every weekend, but every home game.
No, every weekend.
Oh, it was still every.
Oh, because you have to go. On the
We
road
still-
games, too.
Yeah, we still we rehearsed every week,
Oh, okay.
but we would not go on the road. It was only home games.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it's still no matter what, we had no Saturday. And by the time we were done, I didn't want to do shit. I remember from my rookie rehearsal, I swear I got a new apartment and I walked through the door and I had no furniture yet because I just got the place. I remember my keys fell to the ground and I collapsed. Oh, this is the weekend I was getting married in Vegas, actually. So he was already in Vegas and I had this rookie rehearsal, so I had to stay and I was going to catch a flight that I almost missed because I knocked the fuck out. I was so tired after rookie rehearsal. We were basically like, it was like Home Alone. We were like racing through like the parking, just to try to get me to the terminal. And we're just like, oh my God, or else I was going to miss my flight. But,
Wow. All right. So that's crazy. Like,
yeah,
you're the whole San Francisco thing, like getting there and doing all that.
Yeah.
All right. So let's announce the winner of the raffle. And
the Rocka Raffle.
The Rocka Raffle today. The winner of today's Rocka Raffle.
And the winner is Mikey Jukes.
Mikey Jukes.
Woo, yes. All right. Congratulations, Mikey Jukes.
Mikey Jukes. So are we saying we're raffling off? What's the other raffle? Are we going to raffle off one?
We're just going to do two of them. Yeah, so two winners.
We'll do two of the same thing. So put that back on because I want to do this thing again. For our second raffle, we are going to raffle off yet another 360 merchandise from her store. If you want to get into the raffle, Jeff, tell them what they need to do.
What about an Import Tuner magazine?
Ooh, Import Tuner magazine.
You want to?
Well, it's up to you.
Yeah, I mean, it says 360 merch, but I guess if you want the Tuner magazine, you could pick that too.
Yeah,
pick the Tuner magazine.
We'll let the winner decide.
We'll let them decide. Cool. So while that raffle's going on, you
only one though. That's for this one.
Okay, the second one. The second
one is yeah.
Second one will be for the magazine is included. So if you want the magazine, you can get the magazine. All right. So while the raffle's going on, let's get us to the at least to DFH at some point. So let's start with you decided I don't have to just do hip hop. I'm okay with doing commercial music. You're moving into clubs and bars.
Mm-hmm.
What was that transition like, and how did it pop off? Because I know you just started DJing lots of places at some point.
Mm-hmm.
How did that start off, and how did it start going?
Well, I was always like with my crew still, like the people that I did the radio show with. Mm-hmm. So I felt comfortable, and then I heard what they'd play, and man, they're all really, really talented DJs, so that even if it's a song that I didn't like, they would flip it in a way that just made you feel it and then possibly like it, and just hearing it over and over again in different ways, you just kind of got used to it. And so I'm like, okay, I guess I could do it. I can, I wasn't always the best at it, again, because that wasn't my music of choice. But, and there's something to be said about party rocking. When they say party rocking, that shit is like for real, because it's not like playing for Twitch. It's not like playing in your bedroom. You really have to. It's a skill. So having those songs in my arsenal and like, okay, this is what's hot right now, or this is what works. There's a formula, and it really is like it could work one week and not the other. So if you're not reading the crowd, then that's your bad, and that makes it makes me look bad as a DJ. And I have done that a couple of times because I kind of fall back into my comfort zone and play what I want. And I'm like, okay, it's not working. What's going to work? So it took some time to really like dig into that and hone in on that specific craft, which I feel like I even, got better at on Twitch. I mean, not that I'm rocking for a crowd, but just the way that I'll play some things. or even my body language, mic skills. Man, I didn't have mic skills before. Nobody, I mean, everybody keeps saying this. Nobody really did. I was good on the mic, like on the show. And I would have like enough mic skills because I'm used to that. I was doing a lot of public speaking for both work and for 49ers and all of that stuff. Then also being a DJ and then doing a radio show. So I had exposure to that. I should know what to do, and I wasn't scared to use the mic. But like now it's different because this is a crazy way of multitasking, and I think coming out of Twitch, really, we're all better DJs. I'd say that I really am because I'm more comfortable doing a whole bunch of stuff that I probably wouldn't have done maybe at a club.
Right.
But now if I go back in the club, oh, you better watch out. I will beast through those doors. I swear to God, I think my sets will be totally different now.
All of our sets would.
Yeah.
We're gonna request to run the lighting at the same time.
Right?
Like, put the light control next to me.
Screw that. We're gonna fly Ashton Bray out here, and she's gonna do our visuals too.
Yeah.
Oh, can you do mine?
Yeah.
But the amount of multitasking now that I probably can do, like that's what Jeff is kind of getting at, is that we can do so many things all at once now. Like I'll do the lights. I can take orders for drinks if you really need to.
Okay.
Let's just do it all
at the same
once.
time.
I could feed my children. I can
while transitioning to the next
transitioning, doing my taxes for the year, like everything all at once. So
I
when
was
you were
shake reading while I was mixing.
see, there you
I
go.
did that on stream.
Multitasking. DJs didn't always multitask. All we did was jump around and transition music. So how did you get into the bigger gigs?
How
did that happen?
There was, I was just gigging a lot. And, there's a thing. I think now people are more aware of it, but I come from a background, so now I'm a UX designer. So I've been a UX designer for a while, or product designer. And I work a lot with marketing. I work a lot with, just other departments and creative. So I understand that brand is important. So for me, I've always been pretty branded and, really marketing myself in a way and putting myself out there that when I'm gigging, people would know, or, if they're looking at any of my media, it's me, and I think through that, and having that brand and be strong out there in the industry, people know. And so they start requesting, they take notice of things like that. Right. And that's another thing, DJs, make sure that you really hone in on your brand. A brand is everything. That's why I'm okay, everything in my studio, it's all white or hot pink or gold. My mic arm is white. Everything that I can make white is white. And because they're and when I got the S11, they're like, are you gonna make that white? Because that would be so on brand. I was like, oh, I already had the shit. I just didn't put it on.
She had the skin. I already waiting for the mixer.
I was just waiting for the mixer, y'all. So that's the thing. So when they see things that are all white, they're like, oh, 360, or they think, oh, that looks like 360s, or it reminds me of 360, or whatever, you know what I mean? So, and just like Grand Poobah, it's also in the ear. So I'm like, okay, my branding is Grand Poobah. So every time I go in a room and they're like, I got some, but I'm gonna play some for you. And I'm like, I know what they're gonna play. It's gonna be Grand Poobah, and people are starting to really recognize that song, or associating the song and me, or Everyday People, that song too, because I made shirts that was Everyday People.
Or I Wish.
So, or I Wish, because that is I love playing. I play that song all the time for all my short people. Shout out to 5'6" and below.
Shout out to 5'6" and below.
Size 8 shoes.
I love it.
Shout out to size 8 shoes, y'all.
And I don't know if you noticed, but the shade of pink that's on our names, it's the same shade that's on your website.
That's right.
Wow, branding.
I know. See, it's so on brand. It's on brand.
On brand. So remember that, DJs out there. Branding is important. Make them think
Branding,
of you.
marketing, all of it.
Colors,
Yep.
words, anything you can to associate yourself with something to make people think of you when something comes up.
Shake
Yeah.
hands.
Yeah,
Your
unfortunately,
logos. Yeah, man.
Slow Tito Twerks is my brand.
There you go.
Mine are hot dogs and tacos.
Whoa.
Taco dog.
Hot
That's the
dog.
best I got right now.
Taco dog.
Like red hot dogs or like regular hot
Oh,
dogs?
you haven't seen Taco Dog yet? You need to.
Oh,
She
no.
hasn't seen Taco Dog.
Oh, Taco Dog.
I haven't.
We're gonna change the
Taco
industry.
Dog may be showing pretty soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty soon. A couple
I
weeks.
wanna
couple
see.
weeks. Taco
I
Dog
wanna
changed
see.
changed DJing forever for everyone.
Mike, have you actually tried a hot dog inside of a tortilla? Because that's
That
what you
might
should.
be that might
that's
be
what-
happening soon.
Okay. Let me know how that goes.
That might be happening soon. Branding.
So good.
Brandy.
Branding.
Calvin's asking
Taco
if it's 6-inch or 12-inch hot dogs.
Always
Has to be 12-inch though.
Always a 12-inch.
12-inch
Yeah.
hot dog
Baby.
and a 10-inch tortilla.
Foot long.
Yeah, 12-inch hot dog, 10-inch tortilla. That's the perfect fit. Snug. Snug.
You also have to like put it together on the stream.
Yeah. I know. And guess how we're gonna do it, obviously.
Whoa, Rama
I'm
Rich just
spoiling
gave-
too many things. All right.
No, we're not gonna spoil that. We're not
not
gonna
gonna
spoil
spoil
that.
it.
Part. You gotta tune in. You gotta tune in.
We made one. Is that it? Does it say ramen nuts?
Yes,
Oh
right.
my god.
Wait, what? Oh yes.
What a turnaround.
Wow.
Yes.
Mama Rich. What a
That's
turnaround.
ramen nuts.
Ramenuts. Dick Ramenuts in the building,
Dick
folks.
ramen nuts is in the
Dick
building, y'all.
Ramenuts in the building, folks. You seen it here for the first time. The
Oh my
Ramenuts.
god, my cheeks hurt. Woo.
The
Wow.
Ramenuts emote.
This is how we do
Oh
on
my
Talk
God.
From Home, y'all. This is how. If this is your first time here on Talk From Home, we're a podcast that sometimes we have tears, but it's tears of laughter.
literal branding content got created in the last 2 hours or hour and a half,
Hour and a half.
and it got created and put out into the world. Like, this is how we roll here.
Yep.
Great job.
Wow.
Ram probably said
Ramenuts.
like be right back like an hour ago, and then
I know he
There
missed
he
like
is.
the whole interview.
There it
Dick
is.
Ramenuts.
Yeah.
Ramen nuts.
oh man,
Yes.
If you're not following Rama Rich, aka Dick Ramen Nuts,
If you're not subbed to Rama Rich, you should sub so that you can get the
you better sub to
Yeah.
to Rama Rich,
Dick Ramenuts.
because this is gonna be the emote of the week. It's
Yes.
gonna be Ramen Nuts.
funny thing is,
That's it.
everyone outside of this is not gonna
Oh my
not gonna have
God.
any idea
Wow.
what that means.
And if they don't,
Hilarious.
tell them to watch the VOD. It's gonna
Yeah.
be up.
Oh,
Dick Ramenuts.
wow.
I love it.
That's the same thing with Dexter with
Yes.
Jimbo.
Yeah.
I'm creating all of these characters. Like,
The characters got created. All the brand you were creating branding for everyone else.
I know.
Yeah, she's the
I'm a
brand
genius.
designer. She's a brand
Yeah,
designer.
the branding machine. Like branding.
Oh, that's probably the greatest thing ever. Oh, thank you.
360 is the reason why Hugh Jackman is alive.
Oh, what?
360 is the reason.
Okay, let's
That's
tell that story in a
awesome.
second. I want to hear that
Yeah,
because
well,
I don't know the story. But let's announce the raffle winner
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
of Rocka's raffle.
He's so happy.
Somebody
Rocka's
won.
raffle.
He's enjoying
Who won
every
Rocka's
moment.
raffle?
All right, and the
So
winner
shall
is Ashton.
Ashton!
Wow.
Ashton put it in the universe. Ashton put
She
it in the
did.
universe.
She did. She
During the
Wow.
intro.
did. You guys know? It's the first thing she said when she logged on was, "I'm gonna win this raffle today."
Yes.
She put it out there
See, she
into
put it
the
in the universe.
And then I was
And
like,
did.
that'd be crazy if you did win. And here we are.
and she won.
Here we are.
How cool.
That was
Congrats.
pure
sis.
will.
That is amazing.
Awesome.
That is amazing.
Yay! Oh my God, can I say her picture is super hot? Oh my God,
She's beautiful.
she's making me question my sexuality.
Oh,
So,
how did that happen?
Jeff. Oh.
oh. I might have to swing the other way for her, but she's married already, so.
she's not putting it out in the universe. She's going to win.
I'm going to win the lottery.
I'll win the Mega Millions. She can win the Powerball.
That's hilarious. So 360, what pulled you into, I mean, I know you'd been doing internet stuff for a long time already because you were doing the other thing, so you're used to that, but what pulled you into DJ streaming on like Twitch in the past year? Like what brought you into it and how did that come about?
Oh, yeah. Guy I was dating, he actually was doing a stream. I didn't know about Twitch for DJs until he was asked to do, I guess, stream for one of the companies out there for downtown, downtown Las Vegas projects or something was what it was called. So he was doing these streams. He did a few out of my sound room when he visited. And he invited me to DJ with him. So I was like, well, like, what does that entail? Do I just DJ and then like, how does that work? And he's like, no, you just jump on. And I was like, okay. So I actually was streaming with him at first. And the funny thing is that like, there would be probably, 9 people in there. And then I'm like, oh, I'm going to crash his stream. So go to this URL. And it's funny because then a lot of people were there. And then when I left, they all left. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I guess they were not here for him. But okay. And the funny thing was after like, then we went to quarantine or we were in quarantine already. And my sound room was just set up for practice. Really, that's all I did in here. Like and recording. Yeah. So I didn't have like the TV in here. I didn't have any of this stuff. Like I was just like, okay, I'm just set up for audio. How do I get the video portion in? So when we parted, because he lives in Vegas, I'm over here, and I'm like, okay, well, before you go home, can you kind of help me sort out that stuff? And he would always say yeah, and he wouldn't help me. And I'm like, why wouldn't you help me? I was like, and I think that's a sore spot because I'm like, were you like trying to block me from doing this, or did you really not have time? Which I know he did. So I had to sort this out all myself because I was like, well, I kind of want to do this too when you're gone and, do it here from home. So I tried to figure it out. And that shit was probably one of the toughest things for me because I'm like, I love problem solving. And so if I couldn't get it right, like I wouldn't be able to do anything else. Like I had to focus on doing this. But the community helped me a lot, which was really awesome. They're like, well, what do you need? Like, you could do this and do that. And I'm like, wow, this is so fun that like my own boyfriend can't even help me and everybody else that doesn't know me wants to help, So the Twitch community has been really, really, really awesome in that sense. Flipside helped, DJ Style in New Zealand helped. Everybody really like, and so once we got that off the ground, then it was just, I guess everything else was just me, because doing overlays or whatever. But also at the same time, I'm lazy. So I'm like, I don't want to do overlays. I have a job, like I have a day job. I don't have time to do this stuff. Like, so I would do the least, I'm like, what can I do just to get up and running? And I'm like, okay, but then, making affiliate changed a lot of it because now we're getting paid. Now, people can subscribe. And I'm like, okay, so I need to give them something other than, because they're giving me money basically, or they're, for the stream. So I upgraded. Yeah, I just kept upgrading and, now it's fun. Well, I mean, but really when I got into it, it was because I was probably going through mild depression. Was not feeling good about things that are going on in the world. And then at this point, me and my boyfriend broke up, which was a good thing. And, so all the social injustice and like everything, and being confined into my home. So if you know me, I'm very social. I'm talking all the time, or I'm hugging. I just like to be around people. So removing that from the equation, I think really put me in a place where, I didn't even want to admit it, but I was experiencing mild depression. So once I started streaming on my own and figuring this out, even if I sounded like shit, because I was on iRig, y'all, like I had an S9 and I didn't figure out how to like use my S9 as a sound card.
Yeah.
And so I sounded like shit, but fuck, I was just like, okay, I get to talk to people. Like I say something on the mic and then this is like old, like live mix show days, when we would interact, but this is like on crack. Like we could like talk and engage. And I'm like, whoa, this is really cool. And so it ended up being my therapy, as it was for a lot of people. But once I turned on, I felt like I was with company, but at the same time, when I turned off, I felt alone again, because, I'm living here alone and I only have my kids like week over week, so it was just like, okay, now what? Now I just need to stream more because I need people. So it was really to reach out to people and to have company of people and to meet people, as I was before COVID, before shelter in place. Yeah. So that's what brought me into Twitch, really.
Right. What a lot of non-DJs might not think about as well, and what 360 is saying is like, it's a two-way street. Right. This DJing thing wasn't, just for us to entertain you guys. It was actually for a lot of us that kind of therapy, right? It's to get back out and feel like you're being social again. As a DJ, you can't avoid being social, right? Like you can, but you're probably not going to get a lot of gigs. Like you should talk to people and be a social person. It's all about networking. And that got cut out of our lives very quickly, right? And to be able to come on and, like you're saying, you were there, and as you were saying something on the microphone, people are replying to it, talking in the chat. It really felt like an interaction more than any other time DJing, right?
Yeah.
Like, we never had that. Yeah. As a DJ, like, you're not interacting with anybody except for the music you play for them.
Put your hands up.
But
yeah, right. That's
like
put your emotes up. Your emotes up hands.
Put your hands
but like
up.
it was a combination though, right? Like because we DJ'd, whether it was mobile or in the clubs, after we're done with our set, we are socializing with the other DJs, with our friends, with our friend bartenders, and having that social, having that socialness, like about being a DJ. And when that got cut off, and then now we're here on Twitch, we're pretty much trying to get all of that we were used to for so many years, all into like one stream.
Yeah, it all came out in one stream.
Yeah. And that's what it turned into, and then into other people's streams. So then we had like, that's how DFH came about. Like that's what it was all about.
And I think DJing for Twitch, and if any other format comes by, any other medium, but DJing this way is probably still not going to go away even after things open, because it's a different type of DJing, right? This is a different kind of platform where, again, there can be things like a huge Jackman or a taco dog, or, you know what I'm saying? Like,
are you trying to say that
I'm not saying you're not bringing them to the club. If promoters
if promoters or club owners want Huge Jackman, let me know. I'll get a hold of Huge Jackman.
I can't wait till like
just a call away.
Let me know.
I can't wait.
Just let me know.
I can't wait. I can't wait till DFH characters live.
God.
That's just.
Imagine
I can't wait. That's it.
A shake off in real life.
A real life
Whoa.
shake-off. Dr. Jackman, Huge Jackman.
We'll have Koi Fabiosa and Tita Junkie and Calvina as actual ring girls in real life. Come on, I would pay. I would pay to see that.
All the characters. It's gonna be so dope. Yeah. So I mean, so just like everybody else, I'm sure part of it was therapy for you, right? Just getting through part of the isolation of, again, like saying, being by yourself.
Yeah.
And along that way, you formed a brand, right? You became 360 on Twitch, and we want to say congratulations to you because recently 360 has become partner. So congratulations. That is awesome.
Congratulations and you're welcome. So we have DJ Chris Cut in here too, as she knows, and we said you're welcome to Chris Cut too, because
Talk from Home.
when we announced that Chris Cut was gonna be our guest on Talk from Home, that same week she became partner on Twitch. Same thing with 360. We announced that 360 is going to be our guest on Talk From Home. That same week, she becomes partner. You're welcome.
I'd like to say thank you to the Lord, God Almighty, number one. And then after that, I would like to say thank you to Dance From Home DJs for making this possible.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
I mean,
Yeah, why
anything,
didn't we should have a speech
anything
like
for
that.
you
We should
guys.
have like an acceptance speech for partner. Why didn't we do that? We should have thought. We thought about that bit. There you go. See, it's perfect.
Yeah.
So congratulations on that. That's awesome. And for those of you that don't know, I mean, that's a huge accomplishment. Like it's not exactly very easy. Like I mean, we're talking. You have to have an average of 75 viewers on your stream per stream, and that's not like that's a curve. So like when you start streaming, 2 is no good if it starts moving up to 75. Like you need raids that bring you in at 75 starting your stream. You need to do that.
Twitch even looks at that too, though.
No, the raids, yeah.
They look at
Even
that too.
raids, yeah.
It has
So
to be
then-
more organic than anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
organic.
That's what I learned.
Oh wow.
So if you look in your dashboard, so there's 2 numbers. There's the partner average, which is in your accomplish or achievements. That's different from what you see in your what do you call that, stream summary, which is what you see when you first get into that tab.
Yeah.
You'll notice that the stream summary average is higher than what is in your partner path to partner average. And I'm like, why is that different? Why should that be different? And I think it's because I think they've tried to change the algorithm over time, where if you have multiple tabs open, it doesn't count, especially if you have them on mute. Raids don't count. That's why a whole bunch of refresh your stream. That's why that happened, and it wasn't even refresh your stream. You had to click on a link, not just refreshing your browser. So that's also a different
Because
thing.
when you refresh, it still has that raid referral, right?
Right.
You need to remove.
It's still-
you have to get rid of that.
parameter.
Right.
Wow.
So I think that's what the discrepancy was between the two. But I was always looking at my partner number. So once I hit that, I was just like, and I saw the button, I was like, oh, and then we celebrated because, to be honest, partner wasn't it was not my goal.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know, could I do it as a DJ on a platform like this? Can I be eligible for it at all? Because really, I mean, was there really a big difference between the two? Everybody was saying no. I didn't know because I wasn't a partner yet, but I was just happy to be on. I was happy to have people in my stream. Because shit, that's hard work, and people are stressed over it, and people, to some, it's a big deal, and that's great. because it's a goal for you to attain, but it becomes really real when you get very close to it. So your thoughts of it change when you're there, and then thoughts of it change when you're eligible. So it sat in my my dashboard. When I say it's the button that said when you unlock the button to apply once you hit your partner numbers. I didn't even apply right away because I knew I was going to get denied. Everybody was getting denied. Like all kinds of streamers that like were doing better than me were getting denied. And I'm like, if they're doing better than me in terms of numbers, why would I apply? I already know the answer. And then I go into Neil Jackson's room, Beans, Rhymes, and Life in the morning while I'm getting ready for work. And he's like, so did you apply? And I'm like, no, I didn't apply. And they're like, why? Because it's a talk show. And and I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to go through rejection. I know they're gonna deny me. And then he was like, don't be a wuss. Come on, don't be a wuss. If you get denied, you're just gonna be where you were at anyway, and blah blah blah. And Liv was like, just apply. Everybody was like, just do it. And I'm like, okay. Sure enough, I applied. I got denied. I'm like, fuck you, Neil Jackson. Motherfucker. Otherwise, I would have been fine with just having the partner button, motherfucker. So I got denied.
So how did the second time come about? How did you eventually...
So the letter that they send you, I don't know, because I was talking to people, I was like, hey, you know what, I got denied, so shout out to Flips, to DJ Yoshi, to Kova, those guys, like when I told them, I was like, you guys, I got denied, besides my mods, because my mods are really amazing, and I was just like, yeah, I got denied. I was like, I feel like my spirit's a little bit broken, guys. But whatever. And they're like, you know what? Don't let that stop you. Or Audio One, sorry, I knew I was leaving someone out. Audio One was like, baby girl, don't even like get discouraged. Just keep going. Just keep doing you. You're already like, doing big things. And I was like, yeah, I know. And he's like, and they're like, remember, you didn't want this in the first place anyway. So why are you, feeling like this? But really, Flips was like, oh, actually all of them. They're like, what can we do to help? How can we, man, those guys, they were so amazing, like when I told them, because they'd like asked me like, so how did have you heard back? And I told them, and they were just like, well, what can we do? And I was like, man, that is amazing that they cared that much about like this partnership or how to help me. And that's what I'm saying. Like this community is really awesome. And I was like, yeah, I don't know. And they're like, well, can you apply again yet? Cause you can reapply, after 2 weeks or after, 7 days or whatever that is. I don't even remember anymore. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Fuck partnership. I'm just going to do me, whatever, that letter basically says, well, we see that you're growing your community, and while we'd like to, we cannot extend a partnership to you. We'll be good to monitor your this and that and whatever. And, so it was kind of like a passive aggressive letter that was just like, you ain't partner, but, maybe later. And Kova was like, look, did your letter say this? What they're saying really is that they want to keep monitoring your growth. And I was like, no, I don't know, whatever. I don't even care. I'm not going to hit that apply again. I'm good where I'm at. I'm still getting paid. You know what I mean? And sure enough, like so while I was waiting for the, response, I placed all the Twitch emails into a safe list because I didn't know if it was going to go to junk mail or what, because I have a lot of filters in my email box. So, but I still check my junk mail because some of my bill things go that way. So I was checking it was Tuesday last week, I think, or Monday. So I was like scrolling down and I see this thing that says like, congratulations. It's from, was it Tuesday? Okay. Congratulations. You've been invited to ... It was the preview. And I was like, is this spam? Like, cause sometimes they're like, they have, like they pretend to be another company so that you like clickbait. So I was like, well, I know I won't click any links in it, but let me click the email to see what it said. And sure enough, it was the email. It was an email inviting me to be a partner. And I was like, is it? So I started looking at all of the links to make sure it was legit, like hovering over to see what the URL would say. And I'm like, shit, this is legit. And so I clicked on the button, because there's another button in the email that says like, accept or whatever that is. Again, I don't remember. I took a screenshot of it though, but then it took me into into Twitch dashboard to accept the partnership agreement and get all set up. And I was like, and I stopped there. And that's when I go into my text thread or my, with my mods. And I was like, you guys, you have to go to my Discord, like right now. Go to a Discord right now. And then I started doing the cat thing where I was just like doing this on my keyboard, like all these letters. And they're like, what? And like some of them didn't even respond because they're at work. And so I'm in Discord and I'm like, okay, I'm waiting. And I was like, God, are they coming or not? And I was like, fuck. So it was Wildcat and Jaslas, because the girls couldn't make it. They were working. And so I was like, you guys. And I was just sitting there like no makeup. My hair was a mess. I was disheveled. And I was just like, yeah. So I have something to tell you guys. And they're like, what? And I'm like, I don't know. And I was just like, and then here's Wildcat. He's like, I think I know what it is. I know what you're doing.
That's a great Wildcat impression, by the way. That was a perfect Wildcat impression.
For the record, JLS7 first was like, I think I know what it is. And then I'm like, I think I know what it is too. But we want to hear from you.
So then when they said that, I was like, okay, can I fuck with them a little bit? And I was like, well, what, that tonight's or tomorrow or whatever, that's going to be my last stream. And then they're like, what? And then I was like,
exciting.
Yeah. I was like, you guys, I made partner. And they're like, what? And I was like, I can't believe it. And I was like, look, I got the, it was like, oh my God. And my heart was racing. And then ever since then, I've been having like an elevated heart rate of like 110 that won't stop. Like that partnership threw me into freaking anxiety. It's like crazy.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but I was just like, what? I like didn't even finish the application yet. I told my mods first, because I'm telling you, like my mods is my family. So I'm like, yo, you guys, we did it. Because when I told them about the denial, I was like so sad. I was ashamed. I was like, I felt like I let them down. I felt like I let the community down, because they were really rallying for me. Everybody was rallying for me. And I felt like, okay, you guys, we didn't do it. Like we celebrated already because we got the numbers, but we didn't get it.
Yeah.
So when I told them, like Audio One was like, you got to tell your mods. And I was like, okay, I'll tell them. So when I told them this, I was just like, I don't know what the F happened, but I guess they're like looking at whatever happened, it happened. So we're here, and so we're like, okay, let's celebrate or whatever. So my God, they did like all these sneaky things all week. Like Rama Rich did, like he celebrated on his Poor Choices channel. It was crazy. It was a crazy week.
That's great. Congratulations for
Thank you.
That's really awesome.
Thank you. It's a lot of hard work. So like I'm saying, if anybody here is like close to being partner, like I'm sharing this because you know what, it's not all shiny and easy once you get there, because they still want to see more and you have to continue to do more. And I think that that's what they were looking for. Just because you get the numbers doesn't guarantee you partnership. Right. But keep going. It broke my spirit, but don't let it break yours, because I guess I'm a story. It happened. Just keep going. And I think Showtime, if he's in here, I think he's really close too.
Yeah, so we're really rooting for him too. When he had his Talk From Home episode a couple weeks ago, I think. He's pretty close. So
yeah.
So hopefully we could get him to get there. Hopefully he gets approved. So we could get him there, and the rest is You never know.
Right. Of course.
But at least we could help get him there.
From what I hear, a lot of the DJs that have gotten it just this past year, like, I mean, in the Twitch world, that's still pretty fast.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I hear of like other streamers and like gamers that try to go for partner for years, even. So
it's not easy. I think they're making it harder, this year as well. Yes, they're making it harder.
Pause.
Harder.
So, I mean, all of you achieved it within less than a year.
Less than a year.
Yeah. So that's still pretty impressive.
Yeah, I think I've been streaming for 7 months, 6 months, 6, 7. Yeah. But, it's getting, a lot of DJs are getting that traction. So I don't know, they might be making it a little bit harder to get to it.
Yeah.
Pause emote in chat, y'all. Let's go.
Yes, confusion.
I want to see that Rama Rich emote again. Rama, you still in here?
Yeah, where is the
Ramanuts?
Dick Ramanuts.
Dick Ramanuts.
That's my new favorite emote now. Dick Ramanuts. It should just be Dick Ramanuts. It shouldn't just be Ramanuts.
Can someone make him a drop so when he does his like yoga stuff?
Yoga? Yeah, perfect for yoga.
Dick Ramanuts. I'll ask Huge Jackman to do a Dick Ramanuts drop.
Have Huge Jackman do a Dick Ramanuts drop, but do it during your yoga sessions and put the echo on it and just like and loud, man.
Make it like a very long echo.
You are bending over with the Dick Ramanuts.
Nuts.
You know what, you guys? I'm so honored to have created like Dick Ramanuts and Dickster and
Huge Jackman Yeah.
Well, shout out to Mr. Rappanut. So,
Mr. Rappanut.
Mr. Rappanut.
360's mentor.
I do want to hear how Huge Jackman came about due to 360.
Yes.
I don't know that story.
Yeah, so the story was so I on my channel I introduced the channel redemption for the shake weight. And it was just the shake weight. Huge shout out to Danny Donuts for giving me that idea. And I got the shake weight and I was using it on my channel. During that channel, Calvin Cornell's like, you need to do a body roll with it. I was like, I'm not going to do that. And then probably a couple shots later, I started doing it. So that's how that started.
I'm not going to do that. A couple shots later.
And then it got on Instagram. And then I shared the story. And then 360 messages me on Instagram. She's like, hey, I got a shake weight too. I'm like, well, you need to use this on your channel because this is great. Like this will engage a lot of like the chat. And she's like, okay. So then she uses it, and then I don't know if it was that same stream or later or probably later that week. Later that week, she goes on her stream. She does a shake weight, and she looks in the camera on the microphone. She's like, "Take that, Wildcat!" And that was like on a Friday. And I was watching it. I was like, she just called me out, And I'm like, I'm not gonna let her just call me out like that. And then the next day I'm watching DFH. I'm watching Calvin Cornell's channel. And he has the channel redemptions for the Wildcat redemption and the 360 redemption. With the video clips of us doing our shake weights. And during that time, I'm brainstorming already what I'm going to do for how like my response to 360. And the only thing I had in my mind was I knew I was going to wear a vest because we were talking about vests at that time. Yeah. And so I'm watching and just brainstorming, and then Mrs. Wildcat comes into the room. She's like, "What are you watching?" And she's like, "Why are you watching yourself shake weighting?" I was like, "It's not me.
Why are you watching yourself?"
I'm like, "It's Calvin's channel." And she's like, "Why is Calvin playing you shake weighting?" And then it goes to 360 shake weighting. I was like, because he made us a channel, turned us into a channel redemption, and now I'm trying to think about how I'm going to respond to 360 because, and I'm like, here, and I saved the clip. I'm like, watch this clip. So she hears it. She's like, oh, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do a shake weight. I'm gonna do shake weight body rolls, and I'm gonna use a vest. And then she's like, well, you need a mullet with sunglasses. And I'm like,
nice.
Right after that, I go on Amazon, like, found it, boom, got it. It came in that Wednesday, and I'm like, I'm ready.
Huge Jackman
I'm ready
was
for
born.
this.
So Huge Jackman was basically retaliation. That's what we're
Huge Jackman was retaliation.
I
Huge
love
Jackman was
It's
retaliation.
a retaliation story.
And actually, I had a different name for it, but in the chat, Koi Fabiosa's like, we got Huge Jackman in here, and that name
right.
stuck. So.
Right.
So it was a Twitch community. It was a Twitch community
Chloe
thing.
saying
But yeah, but if it wasn't for 360 calling me out, like Huge Jackman wouldn't be born. So.
But he was also supposed to have a bow tie, right?
I did have a bow tie. I do have the bow tie.
The first one.
Only sometimes.
But
yeah,
sometimes,
the first appearance
when I have time to put it on.
There's a pause.
Or
There
if I
somewhere.
remember
I
to
just
put it
don't
on.
know.
Pause.
Yeah.
Is Tita Junkie related to all this at all, or is that a completely separate thing?
It's separate.
Yeah, separate.
It's separate.
Yeah.
Love the
But we did
characters.
do a shake weight duet on
Yep.
360 channel during a DFH.
I remember that. Yep.
During a DFH set.
That was good.
That
I
great.
was nervous on that one for some reason. I was like, my heart was just racing, and I had like butterflies.
That is actually a special day to me because that happened. She made me her mod that day because all of her other mods were not available. So I became her mod. Also, it was also earlier in that day where Huge Jackman raided Eris Tapashi.
Yes, earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Earlier that day. And then Old Jackman was born that
Old
day.
Jackman.
Yeah.
That was all the same day?
It was
Yeah.
all the same day.
Wow, because I
same
watched
day.
all of that. That was all the same day.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Dude, and then like Artie was telling me that he didn't know he was gonna be on your stream the whole time.
Yeah,
When
I
you
didn't know what
guys
to
did
do.
when you guys did it. So he was there and he's like, well, is she gonna take me off because I don't know what to do now?
I'm getting freaking tired. I'm getting tired. Okay, she's gonna leave me on. I'm just gonna live mod in real. I'm gonna live mod. So I started live modding. Could not hear her. I couldn't hear her. She couldn't hear me. So I'm just like doing my thing.
Well, because I couldn't hear you, I was like, well, I think he's okay with staying, like, because he's still doing stuff. He's still shaking, so I'm just gonna leave him on. And then,
Well, I mean, he wasn't gonna break character. His job was to shake weight, so he just kept going, and you could see at some point. In some point, you could see the look on his face, like, "Damn it, I gotta keep doing this shit. What do I do?" And then he goes to live modding, like he switches to live modding.
Yep,
Epic.
that was good. That's good. He's like, he could pivot really quick.
Yeah, that was a good pivot. Good pivot. Well done.
I had to think fast because my arms were. I needed to stay in character. And like I couldn't make it look like I was getting tired.
I know, because I mean, you can't make yourself look weak.
Yeah,
man.
I know.
Huge Jackman, right?
Yeah,
Huge
Huge
Jackman
Jackman
doesn't
doesn't
get
get
tired. That's crazy. So what?
I was getting tired watching Huge Jackman. That's what I meant.
Okay.
Yeah, right. You're watching him.
Yeah.
So 360, tell us some moments that stand out for you in Dance from Home or anything in the Twitch community, just in general that stand out for you.
Well, I guess all of them. I think like what was it? The first one. I was playing. Well, I go on early enough because I don't do a whole lot of like festival or like EDM kind of stuff that you guys do in the evening. But I don't remember what episode it was, but I was playing more like Dilla stuff or Dilla produced things. That was fun. But really, it was episode 24. Episode 24, I wore my Kobe jersey. Heps was also on the bill. He was wearing his jersey. And I think that we got down with some like dance housey stuff. That was fun. That was a good one.
Heps is JLS 7.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Just so you guys know.
You're like, we don't have a Haps on the dance floor.
I'm trying to think here.
You
Looking
can see
too
you can see the
confused.
face on Jeff Hardy like.
Who
yeah.
is this Haps? Who is this Haps?
Nickname. I'd give people nicknames, so that's his nickname.
That flyer was dope too. Do you have that flyer? Show that flyer. That was dope.
Do you
Because
have
it had
it?
Kobe on
It was
it.
back to
I'll
back
pull it
Jordan and Kobe because it's 20.
Yeah.
It's Jordan first, Kobe second. That was dope. That was really
Yeah,
cool.
that was actually a really good day. That lineup was really awesome.
Do you have it already?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I don't know. I think almost all of them were fun. Like I like doing DFH stuff because I feel like that community or this community is just really tight. And it's like you guys work well together, you know. I just I guess I appreciate that the most in terms of like community because you guys are present. You guys show up, you know.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's all a bunch of people that like talking about food and big jokes is pretty much. That's all of us. That's what we do. We like
Actually,
food
Jeff,
and
do
dick
you have it?
jokes.
I don't see it in the Google Photos
I'll look around.
for some reason.
They're
Oh,
looking for the
You can
flyer
share it.
now.
You can share it, too.
The flyer was dope. It was
Yeah.
it was Kobe, like literally Kobe on the flyer, and Jeff put that one together. He came up with the really cool ones. Like Jordan was right before that. It was pretty awesome.
That was the week before.
but I feel like this community, like you guys, like really accept me into what you guys are doing here. You know, you guys invite me to do stuff, and you know, you consider me for things, and I just feel like I'm accepted. Really, like I feel good here. So
We
thank
are
you guys
always-
for always like you guys supported me through like the like getting the partner and like just you know getting down with you guys. I really appreciate you.
Yeah,
We
I mean,
always
definitely thank you for being part of it. You know,
Yeah.
I think that's the whole thing behind DFH. You know,
Mhm.
when I wanted to be inclusive, you know, and like I wanted DJs of any level to like, you know, everybody has a story and like everybody's somebody, you know. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
Ooh, there it is.
That
Mhm.
Kobe flyer, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well done, Jeff, with that flyer.
Thanks.
So 360, tell us some things you got coming up. It's plug time.
Wait.
Coming What?
Hold
What,
on.
We have
Hold
more to talk
on.
about? Okay, go.
Hold on.
I'm gonna let you go. Go.
You told me we were going to get to talk about your set over the weekend when you were doing the wordplay.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
are we going to even
Okay.
touch on
That's one
that?
of
Like,
her. That's one of her favorite moments.
That's one of
there
her
you go.
moments.
That is, okay, that was one of my favorite moments. I think because I was I had no idea. In chat, like, I mean, am I the only one that did not know that Mike Rocca like could cipher like that? Like,
No, my dad watched it for the first time on Saturday. He calls me up. He's like, "Dude, I didn't know Mike Rocket can do that." And then you saw it in the chat too. Like a lot of people are like, "Dude, I didn't know Mike Rocket can do this."
no, because at first I was like, oh, literally was very skeptical. Mike Rocca, I was just like, he's like, oh, I'm gonna, do whatever you said in the beginning, like that you're gonna go off a chat, and I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Come on.
Okay, because remember, like, I'm very picky, when it comes to like lyricists versus rappers, and I was just like, he's gonna get tripped up. I was just sitting there waiting for you to fuck up.
Thank you. I guess.
Yes, yeah, I was.
Thank you.
I was. No, but literally, like, you shut me up, like, within the first few seconds. I was like, oh shit. I was like, he's fucking killing it. He's fucking killing it. And I was like, hold on. I gotta back up and like screen record this because I gotta share this shit. Like, this is
Thank you.
awesome. And
Thank you for doing
we had a picnic, like we did Friendsmas that night. And I was like, yo, like Miss Jibby was with me, and then DJ Akito, and then Tickle My Soul. You guys got to check out this video of Mike Rocker. Did you guys see this? And I was like super I was like a proud mom. I was like, then we played it like while we were setting up to eat. And I was just like, man, I'm a fan. I'm such a fan. Like I did almost your whole set, or well,
Yeah,
just
on IG, the
almost,
whole
yeah.
rap part. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. That was really cool. I was super honored for you to have shared that on Instagram and put that out in the world. So thank you for doing that. Yeah, I mean, like I'd been rapping since that was what I did first. I've only been DJing for 4 or 5 years, 5 years now. But yeah, that's how I know Jeff and all those guys, just like that industry and doing those type of things. So Volteezy and I actually go way back. We used to rap together back when we were in our 20s, early 20s. So
Yeah.
You gotta rap every stream now, man.
Too.
well, yeah, I try not to rap every stream. So I know 360 is probably the first time you've seen it. I've done it a few times, multiple times, in different times of the day, and then depending what kind of set I'm doing. I mean, I'm not gonna do it in the middle of an EDM set, right? But where it comes from is actually, I did want to like share it with you guys, is that back in the day, way back in the day in my 20s, I used to do this online thing and perform as a rapper and do shows for this thing called Second Life. And it was like a video game where it had no point, and you just go on the game and you just did, like, everybody just lived a life. I don't know, it was weird. But I would go on there as a rapper and do concerts for them.
Ooh.
And it was the same thing. It was like they would chat, right? So as part of the show, that's what I started doing, was freestyle in the middle and do a chat rap. So that actually grew out of what I did before, like back in the day. So it's like, it wasn't new to me. It was something like, oh, I can start incorporating this shit into my like stuff. And it came about because we were doing that tribute to your favorite bar or club, and I did Sub T's. And Sub T's is where I used to freestyle with Voltaire and all those guys back in the day. So like that's how all that shit came about as far as the chat rap stuff. So
Well, I mean, I think that like that requires like really, really good skill, because even if I try to like and do it slowly, I can't even think of words that rhyme like without pressure.
I'm sure Voltaire knows what I'm talking about. It's kind of a magic trick. It's like smoke and mirrors.
Oh,
It's not as difficult as you think it is.
mm-hmm.
It's
I'm
actually
gonna
easier.
try it on my next stream.
No, man, look, think about it this way. It's
You track
easier
the rap.
because if there's not words for me to rap off of, then I have to make those words up, right? So it's almost like reading a script. I just have the words and I can read them while I'm rapping, and it's actually better for me. If I have to freestyle and not like have something to go off of, I usually just say the same shit over and over again.
Oh, okay.
But if you
But
put
like,
words
how do you like? You have to like swing your lyric to tie into a word that you see, and then keep that going. Like, because I was like, oh, I'm good. My word's gonna be seafood, or like there was buto, and then you like got Calvin, with the biggest buto, and then you like, and I was just like, wow, and and then I even said invert, and you like incorporated invert, like, and I was just like, whoa, and it was almost like I can't even explain it. I was just like, I don't know. I can't even. But I was just, yeah. See, I'm speechless. You left me
No, thank
speechless.
you.
I was like, what?
I'm like super honored. Thank you for enjoying it that much, and that like I love doing that for people to like be like, oh shit, that's fucking cool, and whatever, like have a good time when it's happening. I mean, because it's incorporating everyone, right? So I like to bring everyone.
Wow. No, that was good. And let me tell you, I watched that like a lot of times, like over and over and over again, like really just watching the chat. And I was like, what words did he pick up on that were said, like, so it's kind of cross-checking. And I was like, dang, he's so good. So
she was
good.
Still checking me after it was over. Like she's like she was trying to find something. She was going to get back to me and be like, nah,
At that
you didn't
point,
do that.
no. At that point, I was already a fan. I was already a believer. But I was like, okay, let me see how many words did he pick up on, and how did like, because that's just me. That's like the problem solver in me. Like I want to see how you flowed through it when you like from you being there, having a delay, and like the chat moving up, and then people are just throwing a whole bunch of stuff and like words. how did you like, swing it to kind of all make sense without it sounding disconnected, right? And I was like, whoa, that's crazy. He went on almost most of the words, or really quickly as they scrolled through. Anyway.
Voltaire and I will do like a tutorial on YouTube.
I think that would be fun.
A freestyle tutorial.
YouTube? No, you got to do this on Twitch.
I mean, on Twitch. I just watch tutorials on YouTube. That's why I thought of that. But yeah, we'll do it. We'll do a YouTube or a Switch. Where Voltaire and I will talk about how to freestyle, and it will teach everybody, so all the DJs can freestyle on their streams.
Yes, I'll jump on. I'll be like the guinea pig.
Yeah, we'll have you do it. Okay, so can we go into plugs now? Is that okay?
Yeah.
360. Yeah. Because I got shut down. Like, I wanted to go to plugs, and she's like, "No, we're not doing that right now." Thank you for.
I wanted to talk about that. That's why I was like, I was waiting for it because I was like, man, I gotta let them know that was crazy. It's so bananas. I loved it.
Very dope. So what do you have coming up? Let's talk about you now. What do you have?
I don't know. This week, I don't have a schedule because work is kind of crazy. So if I do pop up, it's just to when I have time. It's kind of crazy balancing a newer job. Nothing.
Cool.
Now that I'm partner, I don't have to do shit. I'm just.
Yes. I'm gonna stop streaming.
You got it, man.
I'm just gonna stop streaming now.
Okay, so my normal weekly streams. Wild Wednesday. I got Wild Wednesday going on this Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Pacific. I will be opening up for DFH Nightcap. We'll talk more about DFH Nightcap later. Friday, I got Freaky Friday at my usual time, 8 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Pacific, and then on top of those weekly shows, I also have Tuesday and Thursday streams. I have my friend Huge Jackman. If you guys remember what happened last week, what we have seen was the Tournament of Divas. And Huge Jackman is hosting this tournament. We saw last week DJ Showtime defeat Vince Maxino last Thursday. We saw Total Encore defeat DJ Furious last Tuesday. So, with that being said, this Tuesday, or tomorrow, we have the final battle for the first round of the Tournament of Divas. It's going to be Virgil Maxino versus Voltizi Knows on Virgil Maxino's channel. Okay, so follow at Virgil Maxino. It's going to be at 8 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Pacific. Okay,
Nice.
And it's going to be the final battle in the first round of the Tournament of Divas.
Mm-hmm.
On Thursday, we have the first battle of the second round, and that's going to be DJ Urge against the lovely DJ Showtime. DJ Urge, if you remember, it has Ashanti and Rihanna, mainly Rihanna, and then DJ Showtime has Janet Jackson and Madonna.
Nice.
Okay, so the second round has begun. It's already the start of the final four, and then hopefully soon after that we'll have Total Encore is going to face the winner of tomorrow's battle between Virgil Maxino and Voltizi Knows. Oh, and Virgil has Aretha Franklin and Beyonce. Voltizi Knows has Mariah Carey and Ariana Grande. So that's my streaming schedule. Tomorrow, Tournament of Divas. Wednesday, Wild Wednesday. Thursday, Tournament of Divas. Friday, Freaky Friday.
Yo, who makes your Divas flyers?
Brothers Keeper.
Huge shout out to Brothers Keeper.
Those are dope.
Brothers Keeper. Christian has been setting this up. I've been working with him on this.
Your Christian's Divas flyers it's sick.
Anything that Brothers Keeper makes, it's fire.
Anything they produce
the
is
hype
fire.
videos,
All their content is fire.
even their streams.
It's their brand. That's their brand.
That's
Nice.
their brand.
Straight fire.
Straight
Jeff,
fire.
Straight.
fryer.
Fryer.
Straight.
See, I can wrap words in a chat, but I can't talk normally. It's ridiculous.
Just wrap everything for now.
Yeah, just wrap everything. Jeff, what's up? What do we have coming up?
You got the nightcap flyer already?
Yes, I do. Right here.
All right, Wednesday nightcap, as already mentioned, he's kicking it off. We go to Boston for DJ to DJ. We're going to bring back DJ Zell. That's Hoy Luck right there. And then DJ Elusive will be closing it off. So tune in this Wednesday starting at 7 Central.
Zell was super excited for that set too because she has done nightcap, so she's like,
This is her first nightcap?
Yeah, it's her first nightcap.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. And very excited for DFH on Saturday.
Yes.
It is episode 50.
Oh, I guess I'm doing this.
Here we are, right here.
I'm doing that one.
Can we rewind back to my promo on Saturday?
No, I'm glad you didn't because we didn't want to give it away. I'm glad you didn't.
Episode 50, we're going big. We're gonna have an all ladies lineup of DFH.
This is amazing.
And we're gonna kick things off with Lil Berries for a 1 hour start your day healthy with fitness from home. And then 1 o'clock, Raf is going to host a CFH lunch hour. So she's going to cook some brunch with some special guests. Ooh. And then there's going to be all 1 hour sets this Saturday. So Queen V is going to kick it off for the DJs. Then we go to Inkfat, Mia Moore, of course, 360, and then Zell. And then at nighttime, we're going to have Cook From Home dinner hosted by Step Up.
Ooh.
And then the next 4 DJs are actually all debuts. So Marquesa, Shea Boogie, Shandell, Lily K will all join us on DFH for the very first time. And then, of course, we're going to close it out with none other than the queen of late night, DJ Chris Cut.
Oh, yeah. She'll be waking up around that time. That's about the time she wakes up. Yeah. And thank you. Big shout out to DJ Elusive for this flyer. He put that together.
This is fire. That's
a really sick flyer. So thank you, DJ Elusive. Mad love for the flyer, as always.
Cool, That's awesome. This is I'm surprised you guys didn't do this earlier.
We wanted to save it for
I'm surprised too. I've always wanted to do it, but I think finally we have enough females on the lineup to fill the whole day. So we're really looking forward to this, and I don't think it'll be the last. It definitely won't be. So
yeah, very awesome. And thank you to all of you that worked with us to sign up for it. 360 and everybody else out there that helped us out filling those slots. So appreciate it.
And 360, just to remind you, as your mod, this is 5 p.m. Central, so it's 3 p.m. your time. 3 p.m. your time. Just I don't want to confuse you.
Thank you.
So, and then 360, do you want to bring us into who is going to be our guest next week? Speaking of flyers.
Oh my God, are you guys ready for this one? I don't think you guys are ready. Next week, we're going to have the one, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, next week on the DF8 is DJ Elusive.
Yes. Look what I can do. Look what I can do.
Look what I can do.
Look what I can do. Look what I can do.
Let's go, DJ Elusive. That's going to be a good.
We're going to look forward to 2 straight hours of bird calls and
oh my goodness.
Fish out of water.
I call it the elusive mating call.
Wow. The elusive mating call. I love it.
You don't want to miss it, guys.
Thank you so much for being
Thank you. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you so much. We had a great
Thank you. I am so happy. I am so happy that we timed it perfectly. I want to thank Twitch again for making this happen. I know we had some schedule changes. We were able to make it happen. So Twitch, thank you so much for making 360 partner right before our
TFH made that happen.
Show. So thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you guys.
We don't know who we're rating yet, but before we go, you guys can figure out who we're rating, and then I'll read this out. We've started a new thing in 2021, where at the end of all of our episodes, we read from a couple different books, and this one is from The World According to Mr. Rogers. So, if you could only sense how important you are to the lives of those you meet, how important you can be to the people you may never even dream of, there's something of yourself that you leave at every meeting with another person. Remember that. Go out there, affect people, affect them in a good way. Don't be an asshole. Try to be a good person. You guys have a good night. We are going to raid over to. Does everybody know yet? I don't know. Have you picked?
I'm in a private chat.
Oh, we're in private chat. Okay, hold on.
Oh, yes.
I think we're raiding over to you. I don't know. Are we?
We'll have whatever 360 wants.
Yeah.
Who? What do we think? Is this good?
Yeah.
Wait, who? Okay, I think we could go there.
Okay. So we're gonna raid over to
Mark Major.
So everybody stick around. Don't go nowhere. Stay for the raid. We're gonna be back next week with DJ Elusive on Monday, 7:30 p.m. and that is Central Standard Time, not Pacific Time. Same batch time, same batch channel. We'll see you guys then. Thank you again for tuning in. Bye, DFH.
Yes, thank you, DFH fam. We love you all. Have a good night.
Make sure you brush your tits.
Yes, do not forget that. 360, thank you so much. The Circle, thank you for being in the chat. It's great to see everybody. Savo, J-Bray, Confusion, Vernimal. Please stay for the raid. When you get to Mark Major's channel, please spam the raid emotes. Please spam 360's emotes, and of course, please spam the DFH emotes.
Yep, Mark Major, DFH fam, and Hoylek. Let's go.
Yes.
Bye, guys. Have a good night. Stay for the raid. 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 Raid. Stay for the raid. Stay for the raid. Raid. Stay for the 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 raid.
This is a raft thing.
We're still not.
Oh, is it?
Stay for the raid. Raid.
There you go.
Aww.
Raid.